Remember that donation that I promised?
I know. That's going down the donations there.
Absolutely.
No, I'll leave it up here. Colton, is this yours?
We'll just leave it there.
Okay.
Okay, Summer. Is there anything about your team we didn't know?
Good evening and welcome to Hudsonville. Tom Mikowski along with Joe Sack as we call the action for the West Catholic broadcast tonight. And we've got a great one here tonight again. It seems like every week we've got a great game, Joe. And West Catholic comes in at 3-0, ranked number 1 in Division 5 this year. As I looked at the Associated Press rankings, climbed ahead of Catholic Central,
the Cougars,
at number 2. And I think they did, right? Because obviously over that win last week against Coopersville kind of catapulted us ahead with the points.
Correct. And I think Catholic Central had, they had the one big loss, but they've rebounded very well here as we're now into week 4.
Yes. Well, yeah, Catholic Central, their only loss was against Loyola of Wilmette, Illinois, which is one of the top teams in all of Illinois. Yep. So they play a tough schedule. So West Catholic comes in at 3-0. Unity Christian comes in at 1-2, and the 2 losses they have are against undefeated teams, Joe.
Correct. And they've taken a couple of them on the chin pretty hard, both by the same score. One against Whitehall, and Whitehall highly ranked, and Spring Lake team, which seems to be really for real this year, and both by the same score, 34-28. And they're who we thought they were this year. They're a little bit young, but they got a lot of talent. They got some size out there, and they're going to be a formidable opponent for West Catholic tonight.
Well, they've got some returners. They might be young, but some of those juniors are people that played pretty well as sophomores last year.
Sophomores, exactly.
And so we'll talk a little bit more here in the Fox Pools pregame show, but a very formidable foe. But let's look at last week. What a tremendous win by West Catholic. West Catholic wins 17-14 on a last-second field goal by Landon Smith, the sophomore. His first field goal attempt of his career on varsity, and he nails a 26-yarder to win it.
And he's perfect on the year for his kicks.
Yes.
All the points he's gotten with his foot, and what a great ending to a tremendous game. And I'm going to tell you what, Coopersville's for real, that's for sure. They're a sizable team. They've got talent, they got skill, and they're young. Those skill position guys are young, and they're going to make some noise this year as they progress forward in Division 4.
It's going to be interesting as the year progresses, Joe, and all these teams face each other. You've got, 4 teams now that are undefeated in the OK Blue. And so as these teams square off, it was us and Coopersville. Then it's, Coopersville and Spring Lake and Hamilton. You've got, a lot of balance in there, but a lot of tough teams this year in the blue.
Oh, I think it's one of the deepest. Maybe the OK Red goes that deep, but man, the OK Blue is packed. These teams that were young, that we said last year, look out for these guys. It's exactly what's happened. They've matured. The deck gets shuffled every year. New kids step up, and man, I'm going to tell you what, this OK Blue is no pushover of a conference.
Well, it's not. And some people would think, just looking at tradition, you might go, gosh, you know what, that's an upset. Spring Lake over Unity Christian last week. But it's really not.
No.
Spring Lake actually expected to win. They went into the game expecting to win because they had such great success last year with those young sophomores.
Yeah, and that's all we talked about. I think last year is holy cow. These guys they put up a fight against West Catholic. Of course, West Catholic did very well, but these teams are maturing well. They're being coached well, and this is a very deep conference.
Well, West Catholic in their defeating Coopersville. Coopersville came into that game ranked number 9 in Division 3, and some people might have thought, wow, really, number 9 in Division 3? Are they really worth that? They are worthy of being ranked that high last week. We saw that the size that they gave us, up front, this first time that West Catholic has really faced an offensive line like that really had their way up the middle of the field until late in the game when Darren Smith made some adjustments by taking those D ends and moving them into the middle to clog up that middle.
Yeah, pinched it out a little bit, and they could get 5 or 6 yards pretty much at will. Threw the ball, very well. Had a touchdown through the air, and they're going to go a long way this year. And boy, did they put West Catholic to the test defensively, and West Catholic. I really feel they're quite lucky to come away with that win, but knowing that they can beat a higher level, talented team like Coopersville makes you feel good going in the rest of the season.
It makes you feel really good, and in looking at Landon Grove's comments at halftime, I don't know if you saw his comments at halftime, but I loved it.
Yeah,
because West Catholic was trailing 14-7. So after the first quarter, it was 7-7. Second quarter, at halftime, 14-7. West Catholic trailed, and then they scored in the third quarter to make it 14-14. And of course, that field goal was the only score in the fourth quarter, and that allowed West Catholic to win. But at halftime, when they were trailing 14-7, Landon Grove, he looked those kids in the eyes. He said, "This is an opportunity. I love this opportunity because we're going to face this adversity sometime down the road, and how are we going to respond? This is a wonderful opportunity for us." And it was a speech that was very, very compelling, very emotional, and he got the kids fired up, and they came back and responded in the second half.
Yeah, he did, and he drew back to the year prior in the loss to Fruitport, which was West Catholic's only loss of the season, and how helpless really the team felt, and really couldn't do anything against the Twins there. I can't remember their names, but they were so talented.
They were good.
Exactly, and it just felt like nothing was working for them, and it was indeed, you said, it's a challenge. It's an opportunity to look back and what can change, and it's really a gut check for these guys, and they came out and they responded, and eventually winning the game in the last play.
Yeah, and that will come in. I mean, that experience to be down as you look at further ahead, regardless of how the regular season plays off, if West Catholic makes the playoffs, which, they're in prime position to make the playoffs for sure, but it's not going to be an easy, road.
Yeah.
To Ford Field. It's going to be a gauntlet to go through. We certainly know there's a lot of formidable teams in Division 5, including the neighbors down the street in Catholic Central, and more than likely those two teams are going to meet up, and you're going to face that kind of adversity where you're going to be down, and you're going to be kicked around a little bit in the first half, and you need to respond, and that's a great learning experience for these kids. But not only during the game of football, Joe, but I think in the game of life. And I think that's where sports really comes in and really shapes the character of these kids. And you can't say that enough. Like, what sports does to shape an individual when they go out there and they've fallen on hard times. Life isn't easy, right? You're going to have your ups and downs, and how you face that adversity. In times like this, these kids are going to look back and go, you know what? When the chips are down, it's how you respond, and they responded very well.
Yeah, absolutely. You take a look, and football's a unique game where you have 11 teammates on the field, and if one of them doesn't, perform their task during each play, everything can fall apart. So, it's about the teamwork. It's about pulling your own weight. It's about, doing your tasks and being able to succeed for the 11 or the 10 other guys on your side of the ball. It goes, both ways, both offensively and defensively. It's a very unique game. It's something where you can't take a play off, and you just have to play all the way through. So West Catholic learned a whole lot about how they were structured, how they played for each other, and resulted in a win. And you learn a lot from a loss, but you learn a lot from close wins too.
Right. and again, it wasn't a loss, but you were losing at halftime.
Yeah.
So it's those same kind of lessons for sure.
Yep.
Let's look at offensively last week.
Yep.
West Catholic, it was interesting because beginning of the season when you and I met with Coach Grove. He said, you know what? We're probably not going to be in a position where we're going to run somebody like 30 times a game like we did with Tim Kloska because we are so deep. Yet, when the opportunity arises and something's working, you feed the horse. And he fed the horse in Charlie DeBruin last week. Charlie had touched the ball 34 times in the backfield and ran for 276 yards. And Tim Kloska ran for over 300 yards once last year, but 276 yards. An amazing performance. And, we only saw that one other time last year by Tim Kloska. So it puts him kind of in that league. It
really does. And you and I mean, going into this season, we didn't have any, we had expectations for Charlie because he performed so well behind Tim Kloska.
Right.
And, here we are. It was such a good back last year, or the past 2 years and stuff. So comparisons are going to be made, for a long time going forward. But to have a back like Charlie come in and fill some very big shoes, and to secure that running game, and we saw it last week. I'll tell you what, workhorse. Doesn't come close to describing what he did last week. And even towards the end of the game, he was pulled out in a lot of those later series. He could have carried the ball 40 times. He could have had a 300-yard game. But
it makes it tough when you're playing both ways.
Correct.
And so when you think about what he did defensively, he had 8 tackles on defense. So, but he really transformed his body in the offseason, too. On social media, he had worked with, I think, whether it was a trainer or something in the offseason, but you could see the development in his body from last year when he was an amazing athlete last year. Would have started really on almost any team out there if it wasn't for being behind Tim Kloska. But he just transformed his body over the course of this past year, and it's paying dividends this year for West.
Absolutely, and what a performance he had, just getting close to 300 yards on that and carrying the ball that many times is just an amazing feat.
Mike Murphy chipped in 7 rushes last week for 41 yards. So the rushing game, well over 300 yards. Receiving, a lot of guys touched the ball receiving. Carter Peary, 3 catches for 20 yards. Connor Olszewski had 3 catches for 17 yards. Cole Bauer only had 1 catch for 34 yards, but it was a touchdown.
It
was a biggie. And then Ryer Snow, only 1 catch for 15 yards. Another huge catch. If you remember, Ryer Snow's catch in the fourth quarter moved the chains on a really
needed 14, got 15 late in the game, and just a very key play, a clutch play, by a veteran, and that kept the drive going at the end of the game.
So, overall,
well, hang on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about the adversity.
Yes.
Let's talk about turnovers. West Catholic turned the ball over last week, and I mean we look at the offensive production, and it was so much higher than Coopersville's was because there was a goal line fumble after a nearly 80-yard drive. There was a pick that was in Coopersville's zone. There was a fumble near the 20, which negated a whole bunch of drives and a whole bunch of moves down the field. And to come away having 3 turnovers like that and still win the game, that's pretty special. That's dealing with adversity, like you're supposed to in football.
Well, and especially with that goal line one, right? I mean, that can really take the wind out of your sails when you're about ready to punch it in for 6, and then all of a sudden you fumble it away, and that 6 points is off the board because the play before that, we thought actually he may have crossed the goal line.
We did. We thought that there was, it was very close.
Very close. Overall, West Catholic had 460 yards of offense. Coopersville, 327 yards of offense. So what is that, about almost 140 yards, 133 yards of more offense by West. So with Charlie DeBruin's 276 yards, he passed the 500-yard mark. So going into the fourth game here, over 500 yards, he's got 514 yards rushing, along with 5 touchdowns.
Man.
For his running back position. So off to a great start, and 1,000 yards is definitely within reach.
Absolutely. Hey, we just want to thank
our sponsors.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Fox Pools pregame show. Fox Pools located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads. Fox Pools, West Michigan's best source for in-ground and above-ground pools, featuring a full-service showroom with chemical supplies and accessories, offering annual closing and opening services as well as repairs and installation. Fox Pools does it right. And for our other sponsors helping bring this broadcast to you, West End Body. Since 1965, West End Body serving Grand Rapids. When your vehicle's had a mix-up, mess-up, whatever you want to call it. My vehicle's going to get worked on in another week over there. So I want to thank Chris and Kelly Nemmers. And we've got, actually next week, we've got a special announcement about West End Body. There's been some changes over there, and we're going to bring that new update to you folks next week on that. And by Melissa Homewood and the Lash Group of eXp Realty. Custom Caulking, the contractor's choice for waterproofing and crack sealing West Michigan and beyond. Paget Business Services, Frank's Market, Shaner Avenue Nursery, Dubin Duba Attorneys at Law, Moore & Sons Roofing, and, of course, your Falcon Touchdown Club.
Thank you, all sponsors. Defensively.
Yep.
So last week, Chaz Vita led the team in tackles.
This kid's the real deal.
With 10 tackles.
Yeah.
So, but what does that say to you?
Well, it tells you that the offense is getting into the defensive backfield is what it's telling you. And of course they were. It was Coopersville. They're huge.
Yes.
And they've got some talented guys. Yeah, a lot of that stuff took place in the defensive backfield.
So Chaz had 10 tackles. Of course, we mentioned Charlie DeBruin with 8 tackles last week, and then Wyatt Fredrickson had 7 tackles from his defensive end position. What's interesting about this game is we know that Unity, they like to deploy that straight T,
wing T, baby,
offense. And if you're not familiar with that wing T offense, basically if you've ever watched a Unity game, it's a quarterback coming, faking it one way, faking it another way, and then maybe even giving it to the third back, and everybody carrying out their fakes. And so not knowing really where the ball is, but you really have to be very good at your assignments.
Well, it's discipline.
It is.
It's a disciplined defense that will take over the game. Absolutely.
You got to plug the holes. You
got to plug the holes. Everybody's got an assignment. Just like that offense, it's very assignment-based. It's timing-based. And the defense has to make their reads. The linebackers have to read, the guards and the tackles, find out what they're doing. And, I've talked to a number of guys, and they say it's kind of a boring defense because you're not able to really run free. You have your assignments, but that's what you have to do to stop this offense.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, this offense will keep you honest. So there's many teams that we've seen, even with Edwardsburg at the beginning of the year, they ran that type of offense. They ran. They threw an interception, and they got away from passing the ball. Unity seems to be a team this year that is, more able to pass and have more balance to their offense than what they've shown in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got one great big target. They've got a tight end that's 6'7", and he's going to be really hard to defend because you throw it up into the atmosphere and he's going to come down with that football. And they mix it up. It's not a desperation, which you see in a lot of wing tees, in these multiple option, hide the ham, as it were, when you run this. But they'll mix it up, and they'll hit you when you least expect it, and it's usually a pretty big game.
Yeah, and that's really it. You've got to be, you got to be honest. You got to respect that pass because your Chaz Vitas in there. If you're coming up to make that tackle and it's nothing but 2 fakes, a guy can go deep on you in a hurry.
Exactly.
So
we've seen this, and Coach Craig Tibby. He's really gotten this down to really a science. And, this team has visited, Ford Field twice, in the last 5 or 6 years. Heartbreak against Chelsea and a big state championship victory. against Portland a number of years ago, and they had to go through West Catholic in the pre-districts. And we knew it when we saw it, and they were a good enough team to go. And sure enough, they got a state championship in Division IV on that. So they've got a lower level system that feeds the same style of offense. And as these kids get up into high school, they run it. They understand the terminology. They understand how the blocks have to be. They understand how the fakes are carried out. And it just feeds up into a system that absolutely works, and it's been proven in state championship appearances.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what do we expect? What are the, let's talk about, keys to the game. And
well, let's go through Unity Christian first of all. They're a Division IV opponent. West Catholic hasn't played anybody in Division V. They continue to play up into larger teams. Enrollment for Unity Christian here in 2023 is 662.
Okay.
They're in 2023. They're 1-2 overall and 0-1 in the OK Blue. Their lone victory came in week number 2 against Oak Ridge, a 33-21 game where they came back and won. And their 2 losses in week 1 was against Whitehall, and Whitehall was highly ranked, a 28-34 loss. And then last week, week 3 against Spring Lake, again, same score, a 28-34 loss. So this is a team that's, they've done a heck of a job putting points on the board. But those first 2 games, or those 2 losses, are against very good opponents, and they just kind of came up short. It wasn't like they were blown out at all. They were tight games. Coach Craig Tibby, he's the only coach in Unity Christian football history. He's got 21. This is his 21st season. Only football coach they've had. He is 120-90. They've had some seasons early on that were miserable. This is typically a school that's known for its soccer program. The girls have got multiple state championships. The boys have got a few in there too. But football, and they actually have a basketball championship in there too. These guys were very talented. So they've had 2 state championship appearances. In 2018, D5 champs, 42-7 win over Portland. And that's when they went through West Catholic. We played them in the pre-districts right up the street at Jennison High School. In 2021, in Division IV, they were runners-up in a heartbreaking loss. After leading most of the game, they lost 52-55 to Chelsea. And what a performance.
What an amazing game that was.
It was just a crazy game, and it fell apart just at the end.
And they really
Chelsea
were in
came
control
back
of that
hurry.
whole game.
Absolutely,
and
they
then
were.
Chelsea came back at the end.
Exactly. Those kids, obviously, they carry that with them, but they probably learned a lot from that heartbreaking loss. Playoffs. This team has made the playoffs 14 of the last 16 seasons, and they were playoff teams in the last 9 years straight. So this program is in the right direction and continues to be. The series against West Catholic, they're tied 4-4, and we'll take a look at the most recent. Last year, West Catholic 39-18 winners, and the last 3 meetings were Unity Christian. 2021 was a 40-14 win, 20 was a 39-21 win, and in 2018, when they went on to win the state championship, the pre-district loss to them was 41-22. Again, wing T offense, but they're going to pass a little bit. They're going to try to catch you when you least expect it and cut a big play through the air and have that great big receiver in Jake Chapman. Some of the key players to watch, we're going to see at quarterback number 4, a senior, James Carroll. He's leading this team this year. They've got a lot of depth at running back. Okay,
sure do.
Much like West Catholic. Nolan Viss, number 12, he's going to carry it a lot. Isaac Steenstra, he's a junior. Both of those 2 are juniors. Running back Dylan Vandergoot, and he's a senior. And then they've got Max Vancouvering. He's a junior. He's a big guy, 6'2", and he's also a linebacker. We've got a prayer going on. Just hold on for one moment.
pray that everyone here tonight will be safe and that with your protection, no one will get injured or hurt. Finally, I pray for good sportsmanship and that the game will be played with fairness and respect that will honor you. We thank you again for this wonderful night and for everything you have blessed us with. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right. Great player here for here at Hudsonville High School.
Yep, both teams are lined up for the national anthem. But keys to the game, Tom, real quick before that, for Unity Christian, they got to play crisp. And that's all the timing and everything that goes into running that wing tee. Capitalize on any of West Catholic's mistakes tonight, and then special teams needs to carry them tonight. For West Catholic, I think disciplined defense obviously is the first thing. They got to get off to a very quick start, and to keep the Unity defense off balance with some hurry up and whatnot like that. So, our national anthem.
National anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Boy, that was pretty fantastic, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I think you're right, though, Joe. It comes down to discipline on defense, and I think clogging up that middle. So again, it was exploited last week. I think they're going to have to do a good job of clogging up that middle, and I think if they can hold Unity under 150 yards rushing, it's going to be a West Catholic win for sure.
Absolutely. And taking a look around the blue here this week, of course, West Catholic and Unity Christian here at the University of Hudsonville. What a stadium they've got here. It's amazing. So Unity's lost last week to Spring Lake. Coopersville plays Spring Lake. Coopersville 2-1 and Spring Lake 3-0. Last week, Coopersville had a loss to, obviously, West Catholic, and Spring Lake a win over Unity Christian, 34-28. Holland Christian and Fruitport are playing tonight. Holland Christian 1-2 and Fruitport 0-3. Last week, Holland Christian had a loss to Allendale, 13-28. Fruitport's had a loss to Hamilton, 20-44. Hamilton and Allendale, both 3-0 teams, is a big game here in the blue. And Hamilton had a win over Fruitport, of course, 44-20, as I just said. Allendale, big win over Holland Christian, 28-13. And we kind of already covered Grand Rapids West Catholic. They play Middleville tonight. A little bit of a subpar opponent for them this evening. Shouldn't have too much trouble with them. Okay, blue standings. So we got a four-way tie on top of the blue. Allendale, West Catholic, Hamilton, and Spring Lake all at 1-0. Coopersville, Fruitport, Holland Christian, and Unity Christian all 0-1.
And not only all 1-0 in the conference, but they're also 3-0 overall.
Yeah.
So all undefeated teams at the top of the OK Blue.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us on the Fox Pools pregame show. We are about ready to kick off. West Catholic kicking to Unity. They deferred, and they will take the ball in the second half as the press box casts a shadow between the 30 and 30 here.
Here goes Landon Smith. End over end kick. Nice kick all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's where Unity will get it up to the 15, the 20, 25. And that's where West will gang tackle at the 26. And that's where Unity will get started. Again, thanks for joining us. Tom Mikowski along with Joe Sack. as the West Catholic Falcons 3-0 take on the Unity Christian Crusaders at 1-2.
We take a look at the West Catholic defensive lineup. Ethan Stoner, defensive lineman, Wyatt Fredrickson, Josh Mitchell, Chris Schaub at the linebacker, along with Charlie DeBruin, Ryer Snow and Mike Murphy on the edges, outside linebacker, Chaz Vida and Nolan Reinhart, Connor Olszewski, and Gabe Schwieters, all in the defensive backfield.
And here goes Unity. Quick hand up the middle, just like we said, Joe. It's going to be a key to the game to stop that middle.
So gain of about 5 on the play.
It was Isaac Steenstra, and he was a great runner last year.
Yeah, he was.
He picked up 5 on that first play. 2nd down and 5 for the Crusaders.
Second guy through is number 25, Steenstra, again, the junior. Gain of about 1 on the play.
So 3rd down and 5 as Ryer Snow makes the tackle.
What a beautiful day we've got here. Probably high 60s right now. Sunshine, some clouds in the distance, and just a beautiful facility to play football here in Hudsonville.
Unity's got their kind of gray unis with the blue numbers and the dark navy blue helmets with the white stripe. Here goes second guy through on the right side and gets tripped up. Going to fall short of the first down.
And then that little Ryer Snow in. He got his arm on that ankle there.
Yep, that was Nolan Viss on the carry. So to bring up 4th down and 3. Let's see what Unity chooses to do. They're at their own 33-yard line. They got to get to the 36 for a first. So they'll line up in punt formation. Punter will have the heels on the 21, and Nolan Reinhart will be back on the 31. Rolling to the right, and here comes the kick. Rugby-style kick, high kick, and it will fall at the 33 and take a Unity bounce all the way down to the 25. That's where West Catholic will get started. So great defensive stance to start the game for West.
Yep, tightening up on that defense. Very disciplined by West Catholic, forcing a 3-and-out. First series for Unity Christian. And, hey, since 1965, West End Body's been serving Grand Rapids when those days happen, and they do happen. So if you've had a mishap with your vehicle, call Kristen Kelly Nemmers to get everything fixed up, working with all insurance companies. West End Body's your single source for collision repair. West End Body, located at 1693 Leonard Northwest, and they sponsor our halftime show. And like I said before, a little bit of an announcement we're going to come with next week about West End Body. West End Body's been, man, they've been a fixture on Leonard right there forever.
They sure have.
Yeah.
Here comes West Catholic out on the field. They're in their all-white uniforms, of course, with the green numbers and that green stripe down the middle of their helmet and the green stripe along the legs. Here goes Charlie DeBruin over the right side, and he'll get tripped up after a gain of 1 on the play. So 2nd down and 9. We're at Hudsonville High School on a beautiful, beautiful fall night here in Hudsonville. Sun's just kind of casting shadows over the field. We're at Eagle Stadium. Here is where Unity Christian plays their home games.
They do have a stadium planned on their own facility down the road coming in the future.
This is a beautiful stadium. Got a big eagle at midfield, white with the gold. Here goes Wickstrom. He's got Ryer Snow out in the flats at the 30-yard line. He'll catch it, and they'll say forward progress all the way up to the 32. They actually took him all the way back to the 26. So Ryer Snow with a good catch there. 3rd and 3 as Wickstrom will send 3 wide.
Good sized defensive front for Unity.
DeBruin off to the right. Stoner, here goes DeBruin, fake to him. Wickstrom will roll right. Option, he'll keep it, and he'll run for a first down all the way to the 39. Nice job by Alec Wickstrom. And he's got a West Catholic first down.
Yeah, a little option on that rollout. Had Connor Olszewski to the wide side, and he read that defense very well, pulled his own called his own number, dodged inside, got enough to move the sticks.
West Catholic operates right to left on your radio dial here in the first. 2 left, 2 right as they're on the far hash. Olszewski goes in motion. Wickstrom sets up in the pocket. He's looking deep. He's got Ryer-Snow there, and Ryer-Snow's got it at the 38. First down, West.
Boy, nice coverage on that play, too. Dylan Vandergoot, the senior defensive back, he was right on his hip, and that ball was threaded in by Alec Wickstrom.
Ryer-Snow, he just does nothing but catch long, deep balls, right? So they're going to run really quick here. Charlie Bruin's going over the right side. Nice hole there, but he'll get tripped up as it closes in a hurry and goes to the 34 of Unity. So we'll call it a pickup of 3, Joe. 2nd down and 7 for West here in the first quarter. We're at the 8:04 mark and a scoreless first.
Yeah, they got the hurry up going right now. Tell me Unity is not keying on the big 0 down there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Olszewski goes in motion. He's going to get the ball from Wickstrom. He'll get tied up right away. Nowhere going. So he started in motion left. He got the handoff as he stopped and went right, and nowhere to go. He tried to follow Charlie DeBruin block, but too many Unity Christian Crusaders there.
Yeah, and West Catholic calls timeout real quick. They got a 3rd and long, and I think that was Nolan Viss who shot in there and contained Olszewski. So that's an early timeout by West Catholic.
Yeah, 3rd down and 8 for West. Just really quickly,
yeah.
I was going to touch on the rankings, Joe. Didn't we get a chance to do that in the pregame? But we know Catholic Central and West Catholic are 1 and 2 in Division 5. We got Corunna at number 3, Gladwin, Landon Groves, old school,
alma mater, yep.
Still there at number 4. Pontiac Notre Dame Prep, number 5. Frankenmuth, we know a lot about. They're at number 6. Flat Rock 7, Flint Hamady 8, Marine City 9, and St. Clair Shores South Lake at number 10. So, and of course, Unity Christian at 1 and 2 is unranked, but one of those losses to Whitehall, who happens to be number 1 in Division 4.
Yep. In a close game.
And here goes West on 3rd down. Wickstrom shotgun formation. He's going to take it. He's looking downfield, got plenty of time. He's going to go deep. He's got Olszewski at the 15, the 10, all the way down to the 5 goes Connor Olszewski. 1st and goal for West.
Boy, Olszewski came off of the far side of the field, ran a little post route, found himself in a little bit of a gap. And boy, I'll tell you what, Alec Wickstrom has got it going on, and here's your hurry up.
Hurry up offense. Charlie DeBruin, touchdown West! 5-yard touchdown run by Charlie DeBruin. They won it in a hurry, Joe.
They sure did. They lined right up. Handoff went to Charlie DeBruin, and he went right in for the first custom caulking of the touchdown of the game.
Here goes Landon Smith with the extra point. Landon Smith up, and it's good.
Yeah.
7-0 is your score. West Catholic strikes first at the 7:27 mark here in the first. Sounds like a plane ready for takeoff.
Yeah, it sure does.
7:27.
eXp Realty is a national leader in real estate, and Melissa Homewood is your local expert when it comes to buying or selling your home in West Michigan. Melissa can orchestrate market watches, property searches, and home value assessments to make your buying or selling process as thorough as it can be. You can find Realtor Melissa Homewood on the web at melissahomewood.com. That's melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood, the Lash Group, and eXp Realty, your real estate done right. So West Catholic lines up to kick off to Unity after the first scoring opportunity here at the 7:27 mark in the first. West Catholic leading 7-0.
Passing game worked really well on that first drive, Joe.
Sure did.
Here goes a short kick and a hit at the 18. Now at the 15 goes Unity as they picked it up and just gained a couple yards on it. So 1st and 10, going to be inside their own 20. So nice job by Landon Smith and company. And again, special teams.
Yeah. Special
teams really, really important. And West Catholic doing a fine job with the kickoff crew.
So DeBruin picking up right where he left off. And, boy, you can give a lot of credit to Connor Olszewski and Alec Wickstrom on that 3rd and long, on that skinny post and getting down to the 5-yard line to hurry up and scamper into the end zone.
We got Cole Bauer out there on defense now. Here goes the handoff over the left side. Pickup of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Unity. Tackled by Chris Schaub. And Ethan Stoner in as well. As Carroll gets under center. 2nd guy over the right side. And he'll get bottled up right away. See who's coming out of the pile, Joe. That's Viss. That's Nolan Viss with the carry, the junior running back. Maybe a gain of what? A yard on the play, maybe 2.
Right.
Be 3rd and long. We'll call it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. 7-0 is your score. We're at the 6:34 mark here in the first. As Unity.
Process of tackling, the ball was dropped, so that goes incomplete. Now this is the second straight 3rd and out for Unity. They're going to line up in punt formation with a 4th and 6. Here's the snap. And going to Nolan Reinhardt, but that ball goes out at, I'm going to say, at about the 47-yard line. We've got the official walks it back to the 45, and that's where West Catholic's going to get started in Crusader territory at the 45-yard line. So West Catholic defense doing its job here in the first. If you're just joining us, 6:07 the first quarter, West Catholic leads 7-0 on a 5-yard Charlie DeBruin scamper.
Sorry about that. If looks like we had just interrupted service for just a couple seconds. Every once in a while, the Wi-Fi connection. We're on an Ethernet too, but here goes Charlie DeBruin. Nope, it's going to be out to Ryer Snow in the flats. He's at the 40, 30, 25, 21 guy to beat. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 13. Nice job by Ryer Snow.
Boy, and a good fake carried out. Caught you, Tom. and
Sure
then that flare pass to the far sideline and a nice run up the field. Now they're in the red zone at about the 17-yard line. They're hurry up.
Goes Charlie DeBruin over the right side. He's at the 15, down to the 10.
Yep.
Nice pickup there of about 6 on the play for Charlie DeBruin.
When we talked about keeping the Unity defense off balance a little bit, and you do that through the hurry up where they can't get adjustments in. They have to line up kind of where they were, and here we are again. Now we've got a 2nd and short, 2nd and 3 for the Falcons.
DeBruin's going to be off to the right of Wickstrom. Stoner goes in motion to the left, and here comes a flag, and we got a legal procedure.
I think it's going to be on West Catholic. Yep, a little bit of a jump by the defense. I didn't catch the white uniform, but they're going to back them up 5.
So that'll back them up 5. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 at the 5:27 mark. They lead 7-0. So ball's at the 15 of Unity as Wickstrom looks over to Landon Grove to get the call in. They're on the far hash as they go right to left on your radio dial. Here goes Wickstrom with DeBruin off to his right. Shotgun formation. In motion goes Carter Perry. Carter Perry gets it. The jet sweep. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5 going to the end zone. Touchdown! Carter Perry!
15-yarder, it looked like, Tom. 16 maybe? Carter Perry, boy, he showed some of his moves there. Juking a defender out at about the 8-yard line and getting into the end zone. Second time this year for Carter Perry. He had that big, long 80-yard kickoff for a touchdown, and now he gets his second little jet sweeper. Oh, and the snap, wow, the snap was kind of tough, but the hold went down, and the kick was up and just made it over. It's going to be 14-0 West Catholic.
That was a knuckleball.
It really was.
It's usually the fastballs that go through the uprights, and Landon Smith just kicked a knuckleball that barely cleared the crossbar. And so 14-0 is your score, but Carter Perry, there you go. Get him out in space.
Yeah.
And it's not only the speed, because as Landon Grove told us in the preseason, it's not like he's the fastest kid on the team. He might be the 10th fastest
No,
kid.
he said the 5th. He thought he was the 5th
okay.
fastest kid on the team. But he's got the moves.
He's got the moves. And you saw it there. He just danced his way,
Yep.
picked his spots, got into the far end zone. Touchdown, Carter Perry.
And another custom caulking touchdown. And custom caulking is the contractor's choice for waterproofing, crack sealing in West Michigan and beyond. Both residential and commercial custom caulking should be your only call. On-the-spot color blending and friendly service is what to expect from custom caulking. And the Norder family proudly supports West Catholic football and all Falcon athletic programs. Here's the kick. A little bit of a liner.
Will be hit at the 23, be fielded by Unity at the 20, over to the 25, up to the 30, and that's where they'll get started. That's Max Vancouvering, the running back, who
Junior.
fielded that.
Yep.
Hey, a lot of people are thinking about the Rockford-Caledonia game at Rockford tonight.
Yep.
7-7 at the start of the second quarter.
Okay. Really?
We want to thank Julie Woodruff, who's back in the saddle again, driving around in her
Gremlin. She's got
1975 Gremlin.
Yep.
Still has that.
She got the fender repaired, I heard.
And she did. Hit up over the right side. Huge hole. 35, 40, 45 goes Nolan Viss. Nice pickup on the play. First down, Unity.
Nolan Viss on the carry.
And who was on that? Aaron McCord on the sophomore in on the tackle.
First down, Crusaders on the 45.
Now that was a well-executed run by Unity. I think they're picking through this defense right now.
Unity will go full backward with the three backs. Now they're going to pass it. Got a wide open receiver there, and he drops it at the 48-yard line on the far side of the field. Just dropped it.
And that's the big fellow that we were talking about.
Pass intended for
Steenstra,
Incomplete.
big 6'7" guy, but he threw it down about his shins. He had a hard time.
Right, yeah. It was like he had to go tie his shoes. And
That thing up in the, yeah.
fell incomplete. So second down and 10, ball at the 45 of Unity Christian as they go left to right on your radio dial. At the 4:53 mark, 14-0 is your score. West Catholic out to an early lead. Here comes James Corral, the senior quarterback for Unity. Again, they'll go full backfield with the three backs. That's their typical alignment. Hand up over the left side. Vancouvering gets the ball, so he's the junior running back. He'll pick up a couple over the left side. It'll be third down and a long 8 for Unity.
Unity very much a ball control team, and we see that. We've got, over to the sidelines is Coach Tibby talking to James Corral, senior quarterback. He runs all the way back out to the huddle. Says, fellas, we score here. Coach, buy us a cheeseburger. Do you think he said that? He might have said that. I'm always up for a cheeseburger. Back to
fake
pass.
hands off and open at the 43. Unity gets it down to the 40, down to the 35.
And that's Max Vancouvering.
So Vancouvering picks up a first down, and that's where the defense has got to be honest, right? A couple fake handoffs, Vancouvering out of the backfield, wide open, first down, Unity.
When's the last time Unity passed twice in a row?
19. Hand up the middle. West Catholic's there. Nice job by that interior line of West Catholic. Led there by number 58, Josh Mitchell. Nowhere going. Second down and 9 for the Crusaders.
West Catholic gets substitutions in. Mike Murphy comes in the outside linebacker position.
And here goes Carroll Hill, quarterback. Keep it over the left side.
Not much there. Nolan Reinhardt held contained right there. And nice takedown of Corral. And now a third and long. West Catholic doing it on defense right now.
Two backs in the backfield. Carroll's going to get it. He's going to throw the ball. He's got a wide open receiver there at the 25. Turns and slips. And that's Vancouver again.
Yep, sure-handed. Took that last kickoff, and then he's caught 2 passes here in the last 2 series. Looks like he's holding his hand here a little bit. I think he fell down, number one. He was wide open, right in the seam.
Fake handoff, rolling to the right. Got Vancouvering at the 20. He's at the 15, down to the 13. And Vancouver is doing nothing spectacular. He's just coming out of his backfield and going out about 5 yards, turning around and waiting for Carroll to throw the ball to him.
Finding that little gap in there, and there it is again, 2 passes in a row. And they're hurry-up offense now, too.
Hand up over to the right side to Nolan Viss. He gets down to the 10-yard line.
We got a flag on the play. That could be a hold. That's in the holding vicinity. Maybe not. We've got Unity is clapping their hands. Let's see what this is.
Personal foul, block below the waist.
Block below the waist.
Wow, interesting. You don't see that on the defense very often.
I thought that was only called at Catholic Central. We remember well.
Oh.
So that is going to be, that's going to take it half the distance to the goal, because that would have been a 15-yarder. They're going to mark it at the, what's that, the 6-yard line, Tom?
Yeah, 1st and goal for James Carroll and the Crusaders at the 6.
Looks like they're going to do what they do well.
Full backfield. Hand up over to Viss at the 5, and he's into the touchdown as he plows his way into the end zone. Boy, he ran right over Cole Bauer at the goal line, Joe.
Yep.
Forced his way into the end zone, and Crusaders are on the board.
Boy, and as soon as they went over midfield there, they threw 4? Did they threw 4 or 5 passes on that? But as soon as they got down there near the goal line, went back to what they do well. And that was a nice 5-yard touchdown, I believe, 6-yard touchdown by Viss.
Very atypical Unity team to pass that much on one drive. They're going to go for 2 here. Carroll under center. He's going to pass the ball. He's under some pressure, and it gets picked off. So he was looking for Max Vancouverine again at the goal line, but it was picked off there by Nolan Reinhardt. So
that's going to be a 14-6, and we go back to the days of the Chandler twins a couple years ago, and they never went for a kicked extra point. They always went for 2, and remember how many points they generated? It was a state record, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the season?
Yes.
And we attributed a ton of those touchdowns and the 2-point conversions every time you score, 6 touchdowns. It's a text, 616-262-9270. Let us know if we're going in and out here, because it just seems like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Ball kicks or lands at the 17, goes all the way to Reinhardt at the 10. He's on the near side of the line. Now he goes to the middle of the field, up to the 20 to the 22, and he'll get gang tackled there.
Those holes he saw kind of closed.
They closed in a hurry.
They sure did. Hey, let's see. Steve Hoving, he's listening out there. Travis, his son, they're watching. Glad to see you guys, too. Appreciate that. And Russ and Ann Peters. Oh, they're out cruising on the boat. That's nice. Little picture. Look at that. Little picture. They're off the pontoon boat. They got their Falcon Coulee Cup. That's awesome. Ostapoviches are listening down in Florida. Hey, you guys.
Here goes Alec Wickstrom. He's going to throw it out to the far side of the field to Ryer Snow. He's at the 25, 30, up to the 33. 10-yard pickup by Ryer Snow. Every time he touches the ball, it's at least 10 yards. So it's a first down west to move the oh, no, they're going to call it just short.
Yeah, it looked like his knee was down before that ball got over.
Oh, no, they're moving the chains.
Okay,
I was going to say, it looked like he got over the 30 to 31, but the chain gang just took a little while to get moving. So 2 left, 1 right. Charlie DeBrune fake to him. Wickstrom keeps it. He's going over the left side. He's got the 30, the 35 to the 37. Nice hard run all the way to the 39 for Wickstrom. He's going to pick up 8 on the play.
Well, this is great. Rose Arbanis is here at the game with David.
Yes.
She says, I am not listening to you because I'm at the game. Attaboy, Rose. What a beautiful night. Glad you're here.
2 right, 1 left as Charlie DeBrune gets the ball up the middle, dances his way over the 40 to the 43, and he's got a West Catholic first down. So, nice little drive here. Good balance by West here in the first half between their passes and their runs.
Yep.
Keeping the Unity defense off balance. DeBrune starts over to the right of Wickstrom. Now he goes over to the left. Trips right for West. Here goes Wickstrom. Steps up in the pocket, looking to go deep. Nothing there.
A lot of time.
Lots of time. He's got a receiver there at the 48, the 50, 45. And guess who it is? Briar Snell. Pick up a 15. First down, West.
Did a great job. Lot of protection in the pocket. Had a lot of time. Good receiver is going to come back to you, make himself available. That's exactly what he did. So into Sater territory.
Goes Wickstrom. He's going to go out to Briar Snow again. Or no, I'm sorry. That's
Carter Perry.
Carter Perry, number 5. So he'll pick up 3 on the play.
Ben Sweetike's listening. He's going over his game notes for his 3rd and 4th grade West Side team tomorrow versus Unity. Good luck to you guys.
2 left, 1 right, as David Brittenfeld, junior running back, sees his first taste of action. He's in for DeBrune right now. As DeBrune takes a break. And it looks like, are we going to have...
It's going to bring it down to the end of the quarter. That was a long first quarter.
Yeah, 14-6 is your score. West Catholic over Unity as we head into the second. We're going to thank a few more of our sponsors.
And absolutely. So Padgett Business Services, your small business experts in tax preparation, bookkeeping, and payroll. Don't have your tax prep and accounting come down to a coin toss. Leave it to Padgett Business Services to get it right. Falcon fans, visit Padgett online at www.pbsgr.com. That's PBSGR. And thanks, Mark Davey. I saw Mark today. He and I had a nice conversation, and his great staff at Padgett. They're located right next to Mr. Berger on Lake Michigan Drive. And the new Frank's Market, located at 1020 West Fulton in Grand Rapids, featuring the area's best fresh and smoked kielbasa, awesome steak, succulent roast, hot shots, deli meats. Stop in and experience the fantastic service and products the Stanizak family has delivered in Grand Rapids for decades. Since 1933, Frank's Market is the only choice. Raj Saraki. Raj always listens. Sometimes I can't get to him, but Raj is listening tonight. Appreciate that, Raj. Stephen Joni Norder, they're listening. Every week they say, thank you guys. Billy K. He says, my number 1 fan's listening, and thanks for Rose giving him a chance. Rose Arbanis versus Billy Kasperlik. I love it. Vying for the number 1 fan spot.
So in the second quarter, West flips the field. They'll go left to right on your radio dial as Brittenfeld gets it for the first time. He'll go up the middle to the 35. Gain of 7 for Brittenfeld. How about Ryer Snow so far, Joe? 5 catches for 82 yards.
82 yards already.
82 yards already.
Just in the first quarter.
3rd down and 3 for West. This time Stoner will go slot right, 2 left, 1 right. Hard count by Wickstrom. He tries to get Unity to jump off side. Good discipline by the Crusader defense. DeBrune's back in there. He's to the left of Wickstrom. He's going to get the ball up the middle. He picks his way to the 30, 25, 21, guy to beat. 10, 5, touchdown! Charlie DeBrune from 40 yards out.
Charlie with his 2nd custom caulking touchdown of the night. Boy, huge run, 35-yarder just right up the middle, and guys were chasing him. It's like he went down a hallway and had guys next to him trying to get him, but they weren't. Scampers into the end zone, nearly untouched. And that's going to put West Catholic up by 2 scores here at the 11-19 mark in the 3rd.
Here goes Landon Smith's extra point.
Excuse me, the
And
second.
now it's 21-6 is your score. And did they answer that quickly?
Very quickly.
Unity puts a touchdown on the board, and West comes back in a hurry. And they said, you know what? We kind of like that 15-point lead. Let's get that back up there.
So nice run by Charlie DeBrune. Custom caulking touchdown number 2 for him tonight. And how about that Landon Smith?
Still perfect.
Still perfect. How do you like that?
As a sophomore,
I
it's
know.
so impressive.
And he's a sophomore. Going back to my Keith Jackson.
Keith Jackson, that's right.
Ho Nilly. I'm Keith Jackson. I love that.
I love that. Oh, who didn't like to listen to him on
he was
ABC
great.
every Saturday, right? Here goes a nice kick by Landon Smith. End over end kick will send Unity down to the 12. They get it 20, 25. Still on the feet over to the 30-yard line. And that's where Unity will get started their first possession here in the second as they trail 21-6.
Let's see how West Catholic does here defensively. Looked like the Crusaders found some things through the air, surprisingly. Got themselves down on the board, scored, and then West Catholic retaliated very quickly there. Kind of takes the wind out of your sails.
Here goes James Carroll. Again, full backfield this time. Every once in a while they'll put a couple guys in the slots, but this time first guy up the middle, 35, 40 is Vancouverring over to the 41. He's got an 11-yard pickup, first down for Unity.
Just how quick that happens with this wing T. You got all these fakes that are carried out, and all of a sudden it's the first guy through.
Nice little trap block. Freed him right up, Joe. 11-yard pickup. They called that the A-gap.
The A-gap, of course. Ben Sweetike's going to use the A-gap run tomorrow, I'm sure.
Carroll up under center. First and 10, ball at the 41. And he's going to set up in the pocket. Now he's going to pass it downfield. He's got Vancouverring in the far sideline. Overthrows him. Well covered down there, Joe.
And he carried out those fakes very well. Run pass option. You know, he faked the handoff to 3 guys. Step back like he was done, almost like he was going to run to the sideline and get another play from Coach Dibby, only to turn around and try to deliver that ball about 25 yards downfield. Just an overthrow.
Yep. And Aaron McCord had good coverage downfield on Vancouverring. So second down and 10. We're at the 10:34 mark here in the second. 21-6 is your score. West over Unity as we're at Eagle Stadium in Hudsonville. Here goes a fake, and here goes a pass, and almost gets picked up by Ryer Snow. He's looking for Nolan Viss at the 40 on a little screen play, and broke it up nicely, and Snow almost picked it off.
Yeah, and that West Catholic rush came in a little bit quicker than anticipated, and he had to rush that pass a little bit, and the receiver was a little bit out of position, didn't work out, but very close to an interception.
So Carroll gets under center. This time he only has 2 guys in the backfield. Slot left, quick pitch left. And that's going to go to Vancouver, and he'll get it up to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. It'll be 4th and 6, and let's just see what Unity looks to do here. Big 4th down play. 10 minutes left, Joe. You're down by 15. What do? You're on your own territory.
Right.
West Catholic's playing really solid defense. I've got to think they're going to punt it away. Unless they line up and pull a Dan Campbell.
And we went through that last week. Nobody's going to do that again.
Well, and they're not going to do it because they got a punter back in punt formation, but they have no up guy to block.
There you go.
So here goes a snap. Rugby roll to the right. Here comes the kick. Nice kick. Going to be land at the 17, and Nolan Reinhardt will get it at the 11. He'll get smothered right away on the far side of the field. Nowhere to go.
He had to take care of that ball. It was right in front of him, and he just had to snag it. take the hit, set right up there. John Connell's listening.
Hey, Johnny.
Sam Connell married a Unity girl. I hope so too, John. I'm not going to say that.
I saw Sam this summer. He's he's leading the charge up there with the Traverse City Pit Spinners.
Yeah, what a fun deal.
So we had a chance to.
He was down in Fort Wayne to start off his career, and then he ended up at Whitecaps for a while.
He went from being a tin cap to a pit spinner.
There you go.
Here goes Carter Perry on the far side, wide open. Good blocks there, 20-25 up to the 30-yard line. He's got a pickup of 17 and a first down for West.
Yep, tried to get a few more yards out of that. Caught from behind. Nice gain, though, for Carter Perry. Brian Heitzman, Colleen Heitzman, they're out there listening. Hey, you guys.
Trips right for West is Wickstrom's shotgun formation. He's got DeBrun off to his right. They're operating on the far hash as they go left to right on your radio dial in their white uniforms. Wickstrom, fake hand off to DeBrun. He rolls right. He's got an opening, 35-40, 45-50. One guy to beat. He's at the 40, the 30. Can he beat him? 10-5. Touchdown, Wickstrom!
Holy
70-yard touchdown run by Alec Wickstrom.
You see that 70-yard line of cock all the way down to the south end zone? Alec Wickstrom. Holy cow. What a run. What a run.
Just amazing. Alec Wickstrom, as he rolls right after he faked it to DeBrun, he found a big hole on the right side, and he took it to the house. Here goes Landon Smith, up with a kick. It's up, and it's no good. Joe, it pushed it to the right.
Oh.
And I'm feeling bad right now.
I am too. We jinx the guy. We do this stuff, yeah.
It's real. Yeah. It's real. The last time we do that announcer, we just said how perfect he is, and he just missed his first extra point of the entire year. 27-6 is your score. We're at the 9:04 mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, West Catholic looking very crisp on offense, running a variety of plays, getting guys out in the open. And, I mean, who'd have thought, a little run pass option right there, and there goes Wickstrom just pedaling his bike all the way down the
field. He showed some wheels there.
He sure did. He had guys chasing him.
I thought that D-back was going to take the angle and get him at about the 10-yard line, but Wickstrom just outran him.
Yep.
And into the end zone on the near sideline here.
Watch him kick it to the end zone now. Watch it. Or he's going to kick it right through the uprights. He's upset with himself.
Right. Landon Smith, ball's at the 40. Here comes the kick. They kick left to right, end-over-end kick. It's going to be a short kick. Hit at the 16, fielded there by Vancouver at the 15, up to the 17. Nice coverage on special teams by West.
You know what? And they're trying all kinds of neat little kicks here. Hard to handle balls, different bounces. Some line drives, getting some things on the numbers here in between some gaps. They're very unpredictable, on their kicks this year, and that's neat. I like that. They're trying different things. They're going to find a guy that's not comfortable handling the ball. Try to make that a turnover. So let's see how West Catholic does here. Let's see how they tighten up here on defense and really try to put this thing out of reach.
Nice job by Brittenfeld, who made the tackle on that play. Here goes the handoff. First guy through on the right side. Pickup of about 4 on the play. Nice hard run. Let's see, that's number 25, Isaac Steenstra.
The ball carrier. Tackled by.
So more Armanises are listening. Tony, Mary, Lynn. Hey, you guys, why aren't you here? Why aren't you here?
616-262-9270, 616-262-9270. Give us a shout-out. 2 backs in the backfield for Unity. Hand up to the first guy through, up the middle. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Going to be short about a yard in the first down.
Didn't know that.
So 3rd down and 1 for Unity.
Going to bring up a 3rd and a yard.
So in case you're just joining us, 8:05 mark here in the second quarter, 27-6 your score. West over Unity. Two backs in the backfield, one slot right for Unity. Quick pitch to the left, and here comes the flag.
That's going to back them up.
Whistles.
Little procedure call there. Hey, Dubin Attorneys at Law with law offices inside the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. The Dubas specialize in business transactions, mergers and acquisitions, real estate and estate planning, a true West Catholic family of students, coaches, boosters, and volunteers. Let Dubin Attorneys at Law help with all your legal needs. They help me. I know that. Good
How's
people.
me just talking to Don?
Good
Doesn't even have
people.
to be legal.
No, and Chris. Good guys.
So Unity will huddle it up. And they go from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. Let's see what they dial up here. Two backs in the backfield. Quick pitch to the right. Van Covering. Nice hard run. He's up over the 25, up to the 29. He's got a Unity first down. Boy, he had a head of steam there, Joe.
He did. I saw him pull up just a little bit before the hit there. Did you see that? He's like, I don't know. There's Charlie DeBruin there.
Right.
But that's a new set of downs, and ball's going to be marked at the just inside the 29-yard line. 7:19 to go until halftime. 27-6, West Catholic on top.
This time Unity will have a full backfield, all three backs. Hand up to the first guy's Van Covering. Goes over the right side, piles his way for 2.
Like Mike Murphy in on that tackle. And I think Aaron Record, too. Sophomore getting some time in there. That's nice to see.
Mike Murphy's done a great job on that left side of the ball all season long, making a lot of tackles.
You know, Landon Smith talked to him about his running ability. He says, but I don't think I can take him off the field at defense.
Right. And you can see there why.
Yep.
Great tackle, one-on-one tackle there. Chips running back behind Carroll. Here goes the pass out in the flats. He's got number 26 here on the near side, Joe. That's Jake Chapman. First time he looked for his tight end. Falls incomplete.
And well defended by Nolan Reinhardt. He got up in the air and if nothing else, had a hand in to block or alter that pass. And it just, I think it messed up the receiver seeing the ball. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7.
Yep, 3rd and 7 for Unity.
Lights are on in the stadium. The sun is going down.
Full backfield. Here goes number 24, Jared DeVries with a handoff. He'll go over the right side. Nice hard pickup there. Picked up about 4 or 5 on the play. We'll call it 4th and 3 for the Crusaders.
Now, when does Coach Tibby just go, you know what, we got to get something here on 4th down?
Right.
Are you thinking that too?
Well, you know, your defense isn't stopping West. You're trailing 27-6, 6 minutes left.
Yep.
I think they're going to go for it, and they are. So 4th and a short 3 for Unity. Ball's going to be at the 36. Just shy of the 36. They need to get to the 39.
Far sideline. All the fans are up. They're cheering. Big
backs
play.
In the backfield. Hand up to the first guy through and getting stuffed. He's not going to get there. West Catholic turnover on downs. Great job by the West Catholic defense.
Looked like Chris Schaub along with Charlie DeBruin in there, and boy, they penetrated that defensive line, and he didn't get to the line of scrimmage.
Steenstra had nowhere to go in the middle. So quick hitter is what the Crusaders tried. Did not work. West Catholic's going to have fantastic field position at the 36 of Unity at the 5:43 mark here in the second. And they're up 27-6. And here goes a whistle. Who's taking a timeout?
Yeah, we want a timeout, says Unity Christian. Coach Tibby's like, hey, let's square everybody up here real quick.
Well, and as he's saying, hey, look, go for the ball. We need a turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, if you need to repair or
apologize for the slight interruption, but
we try to correct it as quickly as we can.
Ethernet connection, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a YouTube or an Ethernet connection, but I know we're dropping, but we're trying to get right back on as quick as we drop so you don't lose any of the coverage. 34-6 is your score. We're at the 5:32 mark.
Mark Naraki, listening, the real voice of West Catholic, and
yes, I hope
he says he and his new hip. Yep, again, we apologize. We apologize for the cutting in and out here. There's just a little out of our control.
Yeah, second time that's happened, but got to get Carson Cockle out in the production truck to see what the issue is.
Bob and Marty Wildman, they're listening. Hey, you guys. And let's see here.
So Unity's going to have second down and 6. Ball's going to be at the 36. Their own 36. They've got their... So third down. Three guys in the backfield. Going to be handed off over the right side and picking up a first down for Unity.
Sean Vanderswag, the ball carrier.
Vanderswag, ball carrier for Unity. That gets them a first down, moves the sticks. We're at the 4-minute mark here before halftime. West Catholic leading Unity Christian 34-6.
Here goes Unity. Hand up the middle. First guy in the middle gets the ball. About a 2-yard pickup there. Bring up second down and 7. Nice job by the interior line again of West Catholic.
Yeah, Chris Schaub and Aaron Record, they're doing a really nice job over there. Aaron's having a heck of a game.
That was Dylan Vandergoot, the senior with the carry there for Unity.
West Catholic sidelines are full. The stands are full.
Second
nice
down
student
and 6.
section going on there.
That's right. Here goes Vancovering over the right side. Nice hard run. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play. Maybe 6. Going to bring up 3rd and 1 for Unity as they get into West Catholic territory. Charlie DeBruin on the tackle. And Charlie DeBruin doing it on both sides of the ball, just like last week.
Absolutely.
James Carroll will huddle them up. Now we'll bring everybody to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to the second guy through over the left side.
And he gets 3, so that'll move the sticks. And Unity in West Catholic territory now. 2:30 to go here in the second quarter. Hey, join us at halftime for the West End Body Halftime Show. Steve Grooms will have all his stats, and Tom and I with our analysis. 22, the ball carrier.
Hand up over the right side. That's going to be Sean Vanderswag, his first carry of the night. He'll get up to the 40-yard line of West. They're moving the ball at will on this possession.
Yeah, they really are. Figured some things out, got some blocking schemes straightened out. They're doing it on the ground.
Just inside the 2-minute mark, 34-6, West. Hand up over the left side. That's Steenstra again, and he'll get tackled here on the near side at the 40. Nice tackle by Aaron Record.
He's putting it on tonight, the sophomore.
He sure is. So pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Yep.
Third down for Unity at the 40 of West. They're operating a little more quickly, Joe. Not getting in the full huddle. Got a full backfield. All 3 people that straight full backfield. Here goes Carroll. He rolls right. He's got a receiver out there on the far sideline. He underthrows him. Almost gets picked off. And who's out there on coverage but number 2, Chaz Vita, picking up where he left off last week after having 10 tackles and leading the team in tackles last week.
Yeah, and that ball's got to get up in the air a little bit more for that 6'7" fellow out there, Jake Chapman. Ball delivered a little bit low, but Chaz was in front of him, and that's really the only thing he can do. Ball delivered a little bit low. He batted it away. So this is going to bring up a 4th and 6 now for the Crusaders. Big 4th and 6.
They're at the 40, have to get to the 34. A huge play by Unity here, and I think Unity's probably going to call a timeout.
Darren
right?
Smith, no. West
Smith
Cali, Darren wants to talk about this. He says, hey, we got to get this ball back. So join us at halftime, the West End Body halftime show. Steve Grooms with his stats, Tom and I with our analysis. And we want to remind you, Experience West calling all middle school families. Consider West Catholic for your student. And join us for Experience West Night on Thursday, October 19th. That's Thursday, October 19th at 6:30 p.m. Come and learn more about the West Catholic community. See what your family's experience at West Catholic will be like. So visit grwestcatholic.org, grwestcatholic.org/admissions, and you can register there.
Give a shout out to Don and Gene King and family listening out there. Hey guys, glad you're tuning in. We're at the 116 mark. 34-6 is your score. Unity over West, and here's a big 4th down and 6. Carroll gonna pass it. He's got a receiver there, and he finds Steenstra at the 30, down to the 25, down to the 23. Huge first down for the Crusaders.
Big pickup through the air. Nice pass by Carell. And now they're getting the hurry up. They got to get in the end zone.
Carroll's going to pass it again. He's got a receiver out there and overthrows him on the far sideline.
Boy, nice play. Good coverage by West. Pulled 2 D-backs in there. So you had Nolan Reinhardt and Chaz Vida converging in there where the throw. It's just a little bit long, right at the E in Hudsonville.
So James Carroll will get his guys huddled up. Be a full backfield, all 3 backs in the backfield. That power T. Carroll's going to line up. He's going to throw the ball. He's got a receiver there. There's
the big fella
again. He's at the 15.
No, Chapman
this time.
The big fella got it up there just above his helmet where he could pull it down. Big 6'7" tight end. What a target. Finally able to bring one in tonight. 38 seconds on the clock. It's running.
Carroll under center. He's going to pass it again. He's got time. Looks over the middle. He's got a receiver there at the 7, the 5. Is it a touchdown? Touchdown, Unity!
And that's the big fella.
James Carroll, complete.
That's Jake.
Hugo Vanderwall.
It's Vanderwall.
They've got a lot of big tight ends.
They do have a lot. Everybody's tall over here.
They do. Hugo with a huge. That was a Hugo touchdown.
Hugo touchdown.
I'm going to say hi to Jill Hemis out there listening. Here goes the extra point. It's up, and it hits the crossbar, and it falls in. Oh, my gosh. It hit the left upright, and it boinged right in, and luckily got that extra point.
That's the first time in I don't know how many years I've seen him kick one.
Yes.
Holy smokers.
34-13 is your score. We're at the 27-second mark here in the first half.
So you think West Cali going to try it? Sure. Right? Maybe?
Or do they just take a knee?
No, you can't do that. That's no fun.
I think they just take a knee. They're up 21 at half. You've got 3 touchdowns. You don't want to risk a pick 6. Let's see what Unity does here.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess Unity is going to kick it away rather than trying to onside it here. They're down 21. They're within striking distance with this offense.
How long was that pass, Tom?
We'll have to get that from Grooms. 15-yard pass.
15-yarder, okay.
Here comes the kick. A little squib kick up the middle. Hits at the 25 all the way down to the 13. That's where Reinhardt will get it. He's at the 25, the 30, 35, 40. And he'll get wrapped up there. He almost broke it, Joe.
He did.
And maybe this makes Landon Grove think a little differently. And your ball's at the 40.
You got all your time. No, you've got 2 timeouts, right?
2 timeouts left.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, you're only going to have about 3 plays anyways, right?
Go through the air.
So Let's see what they have up their sleeve. I think they might go tight formation and victory formation and kneel, but let's
I don't
just
know.
see.
I like number 8 out
They're
there
not
in
lining
single
it up that
coverage.
way,
No,
right.
Ryer Snow in single coverage to the far side of the field. We got a timeout. Coach Tibby's going to call his final timeout. He says, we're not going to let them get in there.
Yeah, nobody
We're gonna
behind you guys.
Nobody behind, exactly.
Don't let Nolan Reinhardt get behind you.
Hey, financial planning from kindergarten to 12 and beyond. It's never too early to start planning for your child's future. We invite you to join us at West Catholic High School on Thursday, September 28th. That's coming right up at 6:30 p.m. Again, Thursday, September 28th at 6:30 p.m. to learn how you can make Catholic education affordable for your family. Anyone considering or currently investing in K through 12 Catholic education is invited to attend. Please visit grwestcatholic.org/admissions, and you can RSVP to this financial planning seminar. So both teams break out after this timeout. 20 seconds to go. West Catholic looking to score here again.
Here goes shotgun formation, 2 left and 2 right. DeBruyn's going to be off to the left of Wickstrom. Wickstrom gets it. He's got time in the pocket. He's got a receiver there at the 45. Open is Ryer Snow because all he does is catch long passes. And he's at the 43.
And I think they're going to spike it here.
15 seconds. Here comes the spike. Down to 12 seconds, so it took 3 seconds off the clock. So ball's at the 44 of West. Or of Unity, I'm sorry. So that was a great pickup on the play. 17-yard pickup for Ryer Snow. Here goes West. Shotgun formation. Carter Perry in motion. Fake to him. Wickstrom sets up in the pocket. He's got a receiver there and underthrows him. Way underthrown.
And good coverage. So intended for
Cole Bauer down there.
Oh, yeah.
Bauer is at the 10-yard line. The ball hit at about the 17. 8 seconds left. Let's see if West tries to do a quick down and out to get into field goal range or if they go deep. Unity's got 3 DBs that are playing about 12 yards off the ball. Here goes Wickstrom. Going to fake it to DeBruyn. He's going to step up in the pocket again. He's looking to go deep. Scrambles out of the pocket, and he gets sacked with 1 second left on the clock, and that's the end of the first half. Let's see. Maybe one more play.
They're going to put another second on there? No, they're saying, hang on. They're holding the teams to the sidelines. They're going to say that he called his timeout. He wants 1 second on the clock. So West is going to try to run one more play here. It's not going to be a field goal. Ball being at the 44-yard line, that'd be about a 53-yarder.
That was a quick timeout for West. They just went over the sidelines, and I think Landon Grove said, everyone go deep. And then they're back out there.
So, yeah, they're already lined up. Unity is still huddled. They're getting their instructions, and they're sending everybody down to the 20-yard line.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're going to rush like 2 guys.
So 1 second to go here in the half. West Catholic 34 and Unity Christian 13. West Catholic's going to try to take a play here. And hold on, that's too many timeouts.
2 timeouts back to back. Well, West Catholic's
West Catholic, but I thought Coach Tibby had called his third. Am I right?
Apparently
is anybody
not.
Keeping track? I don't know.
Yeah, those seemed like a lot of timeouts, but yeah.
Hey, after this play,
yes,
join us for the West End Body Halftime Show. Steve Grooms has got all of his numbers there worked out, unless we have a great big touchdown or a big gainer here. We'll have stats. We're going to try to get some scores from around the area to give you.
It was 14-10 Rockford with 2 minutes left in the half. We'll see.
It's a big, big game.
We'll see where that's at. Huge game.
And that's in Rockford.
Number 2, Rockford in Division 1 against number 1, I believe, Caledonia in Division 2. So trips left. Empty backfield for Wickstrom. He's going to roll to his left. He's at the 50-yard line. He steps up. He's going to throw it all the way to the end zone. It's up for grabs, and it falls incomplete. Good job by Unity. They had 6 guys back there.
Yep.
Knocked it away and incomplete. So 34-13's your halftime score.
Show, Tom. It's been quite a half of football. West Catholic looking very crisp offensively, putting 34 points on the board to Unity Christian's 13. Some touchdowns through the air and a couple of long runs. And West Catholic offensively in command of this game.
Yeah.
Hey, there we are.
There we are.
We're on.
Yeah, West Catholic is definitely in command of this game. Let's kind of walk through the scoring summary here, Joe. Thanks again, Steve Grooms, for providing the stats. It was 14-6 after the first quarter, 20-7 after, or 20 points for West, and only 7 for Unity in the second quarter, and that's where we get the 34-13. West Catholic on the board first in the first half. Charlie DeBrune with a 5-yard touchdown run and a Landon Smith kick. That was followed by a Carter Perry 15-yard run on the jet sweep, danced his way to the end zone, and a Smith kick. And then Nolan Viss, 6-yard run for Unity. The pass failed. That brought it to 14-6, and that was the end of the first quarter. As we head in the second quarter, Alec Wickstrom, he rolled to his right on that run pitch option. He decided to run it on the near sideline here, scampered all the way 70 yards for the kick, or for the run, for the touchdown.
Oh, wait, you missed one. Opening of the second, Charlie DeBrune with that 35-yarder.
Yeah, it was actually a 40-yarder.
A 40-yarder.
40-yard run with the Smith kick. Yes, I did miss that one. Thank you so much. Then that was followed by the Wickstrom 70-yard run, and the only extra point miss for Nolan Smith on the entire year. That was followed up by Nolan Reinhardt, who caught one behind all the defense of Unity Christian. He went 36 yards, and Smith came back, and he answered with an extra point kick. And then Unity finished off the scoring in the first half with a Hugo Vanderwall 15-yard pass from James Carroll and the Cody Walters kick, and that is your score at half, 34-13.
Hey, who's our leading rusher on the night?
It is not Charlie DeBrune. After 276 yards in the first half, you thought it would be him. Interestingly enough, Joe, 34 carries last week. This week in the first half, 6 rushing attempts for 61 yards, although 2 touchdowns with those 6 carries.
Nice. But 82 yards on 4 carries for Alec Wickstrom. Hey, who's leading the passing game?
Well, it's Alec Wickstrom.
Wickstrom.
He's 8 for 12. So he's been very, very effective. He's, well over 50% completion every single game. Usually it's 75 to 80% pass completion. So he's been very efficient with the football. 8 for 12 in the first half for 168 yards and a touchdown.
Nice first half of football for him.
Should mention, too, running the ball, Carter Perry, 2 runs for 33 yards, including that touchdown. So receiving, his favorite target tonight has been Ryer Snow. 6 catches for 99 yards in the first half.
Nice first half of football for Ryer, making the most of it. All 6 catches. He's averaging over 16 yards per grab.
So he's got 6 of the 8 catches for West. Connor Olszewski, 1 catch for 30 yards. And then Nolan Reinhardt, 1 catch for 36 yards. So 8 completions for 168 yards for Wickstrom. Not too bad. That's over 20 yards per reception. That's getting it downfield.
That's getting it done. So total yardage for West Catholic, 347. Of course, 179 on the ground, averaging 12.8 per touch, 4 scores. And then 168 through the air and 1 score. 13 first downs for the Falcons. And we take a look over the other side of the field. Rushing-wise for Unity, Max Vancouvering, he's had 9 carries for 40. Nolan Viss, 4 carries for 24. Isaac Steenstra, 4 carries for 14. He's done a really nice job. Dylan Van Goot has had 1 carry. And that's, let's see, Nolan Viss has got that 1 touchdown on the ground for Unity. Going down, taking a look at the overall numbers, that's 97 yards rushing on 23 attempts. 4.2 is the average there. Passing-wise, James Corral, 6 for 13. Way more passing than I thought we would see all night, maybe 2 or 3 passes out of Unity.
We've gone years without seeing 13.
Exactly.
No, and I mean like playing them 3 years in a row and not seeing 13
exactly.
passes.
We might see double-digit attempts here. Or we already do. We've got 13 attempts on.
Right. Yes.
Oh, my. What's happening? I don't know. There's a pig flying. Look at this. Anyway, 79 yards through the air for Corral and 1 touchdown. 3 catches for Max Vancouvering for 40 yards, 1 catch for Isaac Steenstra for 16. Jake Chapman, the big tight end, 1 catch for 8 yards. Hugo Vanderwall with 1 catch for 15. That turns into those 79 yards. 176 yards total for Unity compared to West Catholic's 347. And again, West Catholic 13 first downs to Unity's 10. And no turnovers in the game so far for either team. And a fairly penalty-free game thus far. I think 1 called on West and maybe a couple of quick procedure calls. And yeah, exactly. So pretty clean football from both programs tonight. And West Catholic really commanding this offense and doing it on defense as well.
Well, and they've doubled them up in yardage, 176 for Unity, 347 for West. But they've done that both, passing and on the ground as well. Passing for Unity at 79, 168 yards passing for West. And on the ground for Unity, 97 yards in West, almost doubling them up with 179 yards. So really big difference there. I think if you look at it, establishing that run game, to me, is the biggest difference in the ball game. 4.2 yards per rush for Unity and 12.8 for West.
Yeah, it just very, very efficient football by West Catholic. Never really taking. I don't think they've taken more than 1 or 2 no gains, negative yardage plays. Just haven't seen a lot of that. So that's some positive football. And make no mistake, I'll tell you what, this Unity Christian front line is doing very well. Got a very interesting thing going on in the field. It looks like the students for Unity are doing some sort of a race. It's kind of like a relay. Like a caterpillar relay, would you think it is? Yeah,
they all sit down, and then you got to wait till the people come to you, and then you go to the end of the line, and you go down the entire field.
And this looks like there's a mattress there on the far sideline. Is there another mattress? Yeah, there's another mattress.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, somebody's surfing on it. They got a person on that thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
And they're feeding them down to get a touchdown. That's fun.
I have never seen that. Well, isn't that fun? Wish we could show.
There's probably 200 kids down the field, 100 on a side, and they're making this thing happen. That's hilarious. Hey, just getting some scores around the area, courtesy of ScoreStream. Muskegon 21, Mona Shores 14. That's a big one up on the lake shore, and they're in the second quarter. Whitehall 21, Montague nothing at the half. That's a big rivalry, always is.
It really is.
Caledonia trailing Rockford 14-10. They're at the half. Hudsonville, we're at their stadium right now. They're trailing Grand Haven 7-0 at the half. Let's see here. Grand Rapids Catholic Central 20. Thornapple Kellogg 7 at the half. I did not see that coming. I thought only to be up by 2 scores, and I wonder if those are field goals or if it's a missed PAT there. Our friends from Portland, Michigan.
Yes.
They're good this year.
They're ranked. They're ranked in the top 10.
Exactly. 43-0 over Lakewood, over in Lake Odessa. Granville 21, East Kentwood 8. They're at the half. Frankenmuth 40, Birch Run nothing. We always like to keep track of our friends over there in Bronner's Christmas Land area. Howland Christian 36. Howland Christian.
Yes.
Howland Christian's not bad. Remember, they were young, too. They're maturing very well. 36-14, they lead Fruitport. They're still in the first half. Zeeland West 12, Grand Rapids Union 7 at the half. That's a
tight game.
Big. Zeeland West is really good this year. And to be that tight at the half, 12-7, a 5-point game. Byron Center leads Grand Rapids Christian. They're nearing halftime 20-3. And Lansing Catholic 35-0 over Eaton Rapids at the half. And here's your Glads. It's a final. It's a final. They started at 5 o'clock today?
Well, it gets cold up
Well,
north.
they have mass, and then they just went out of school. We're going to have mass, and then we're going to play football. So the Glads over Grayling 28-22.
Very
So
good.
you got to be happy about that.
I got to be happy, yeah. The Glads are down a little bit this year, Joe. They've got some injuries and things. I think they're probably they might be 1-2 going into this game. So maybe now they're 2-2 in the season.
Yeah, some more. Zeeland East 38-0 over Wyoming at the half. East Grand Rapids 28 over Greenville 0 at the half. Kennewa Hills 34, Ottawa Hills 12. They're just ending the second. Jenison 12, West Ottawa 7, and they're at the half. Have you seen the West Ottawa Stadium?
I have not.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Oh, man. It's, architecture and the whole bit. It's so cool. They got a big elevated deck. I wish we could call a game there at some point. Muskegon Catholic Central 14 against Hackett Catholic Prep. They're at 14-0 at the half. Dan Roan and his boys at Warren De La Salle are trailing Toledo Catholic, the Fighting Irish down there. I got relatives. I got a cousin that went there.
Now that's huge because Caledonia is number 1 in D2, and I believe De La Salle is number 2.
Yeah, so Toledo Catholic Central 14, De La Salle 7, and they are at the half. So that's scores around the area, and we'll try to update those as we go through the game. We want to thank everybody again for joining us on the West End Body Halftime Show. I want to thank Steve Grooms for keeping all the stats, making Tom and I look fairly intelligent every halftime here. As we see West Catholic coming back out on the field, they're going to go through their warm-ups. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. They'll probably put a couple of minutes back on the clock once Unity hits the field like they do. Why don't they just put an extra 2 minutes into the halftime, right? It happens every game.
Hey, defensively, let's take a look at West, though, before we close up our halftime. Really nice job by Nolan Reinhardt. He's got 7 tackles, 1 for a loss there in the first half. Wire Snow has 7 tackles. David Brittenfeld with 7 tackles.
Yeah.
Amazing. Nice job. Mike Murphy, very consistent. He's got 5 tackles on the night. Charlie DeBruin doing it both sides of the ball, as we said earlier this evening. He's got 6 tackles. And just a host of others. Chris Schaub with 4, and a host of others with 2, including Chaz Vita.
Where's our sophomore
Gabe
in there?
Schwieters, Ethan Stoner, Carter Abram with 2, Wyatt Fredrickson with 2, Connor Olszewski, and Josh Mitchell, all with 2 tackles on the night. So, this is what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
Against a Unity Christian team, when they run the ball left, right, and run it 80% of the time.
Yeah, nobody's going to come up with 15 tackles on the night.
No. So thanks, Steve Grooms.
Thanks, Stevie.
As always.
Yeah.
As both teams are out on the field, as Unity Christian comes running on the field right now.
So, Tom, what's Unity got to do here to get themselves back into the game? They're not going to receive the opening kickoff. They have to kick to West Catholic, who deferred with the coin flip early in the game. What's Coach Tibby got to do? Is he going to go back to the air? So much success through the air.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You've got to pass the ball because when you're down by this score with 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
You can't afford to grind the clock out, right?
No.
And so you got to keep it through the air, and through the air has been working really effectively for them. but you also have to force some turnovers. And that's what Coopersville did last week against West, and that kept Coopersville in the game until a last-second field goal that allowed us to win. But they forced 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
And right now, Unity has not forced any West Catholic turnovers. So give credit to West Catholic. They're protecting the ball tonight, but Unity has to force at least a turnover or 2 to have a chance here in the second half.
Yeah, and you tell me if I'm wrong here, but everybody says you got to run to set up the pass, right?
Right.
But when you're primarily a run team like that, does it work in reverse? Do you go to the air to make sure that, you saw the receivers. They find those openings, and they are wide opening on this. So does that force that defense to abandon that front line and set up so you can run the ball effectively? Is that a scheme that Coach Tibby might be looking at?
I think so. I think that's a really good point, because it can work in reverse, because like West, they're going to stretch the field. It's a little bit different.
Yep.
You're going to expect Unity to run the ball. You got to run it well to set up that pass, because as soon as those DBs come up to help stop the run, that's when things open up with the pass. So that's a really good point, Joe. I think you're absolutely right, and we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Well, and stating the obvious here, they have to stop West Catholic defensively. They really got to step up, because West has pretty much had their way, up and down the field with the Unity defense. And they're not a bad defense. I just think West Catholic's offense is pretty good.
It is pretty good. And what Unity is going to have to do is take some risk. And so what you haven't seen is when Rickstrom sets up in the pocket, he's got a lot of time in the pocket. And so you're not seeing a lot of blitzing, but by Unity. So I think Unity is going to have to take some risk, blitz the linebackers, and really, control those gaps, but don't give Wickstrom time to pass, because as you saw with that Nolan Reinhardt pass, he's got plenty of time to wait till Reinhardt gets, behind the Unity defenders for a wide open touchdown.
Yeah, and if you're Alec Wickstrom, you really got to be feeling good about how your first half went. The kid's got to be floating. He's got over 80 yards rushing and 168 yards passing. He's got a touchdown. That big long run. He's got through the air, and you're just feeling it, man. This guy's got it going on right now.
Fantastic first half by Alec Wickstrom.
Hey, want to thank you folks for joining us here on the West End Body Halftime Show.
We're 43 seconds left till the second half.
Right.
So go ahead.
Exactly. Since 1965, West End Body has been serving Grand Rapids when those days happen, and they do happen. So if you've had a mishap with your vehicle, call Chris and Kelly Nemmers to get everything fixed up. They work with all insurance companies, and West End Body is your single source for collision repair. West End Body, located at 1693 Leonard Northwest, and they sponsor our halftime show. Big announcement for them next week. It'll be fun. We'll be back home, and big patriotic night, first responder night, military night at West Catholic. That's going to be a whole lot of fun, and we look forward to that. Hey, guess what?
What's that?
The rest of the season starts here right now. We got zeros on the clock. Second half is about to begin. West Catholic leading 34-13.
So I'm not going to be in the booth next week.
Yeah.
So sorry, we're going to be at a conference, but you will have someone in here taking my place next week. But the following week is a time where we've got to get some Frank's Market beef jerky in the booth. I had to go over to Bay City today.
Oh, yeah. You're in search of beef jerky. I know you are. You love your beef jerky.
And, unfortunately, I had to go over to a good friend of mine. His mother passed away, and had a service for her today over in Bay City. And we went to the meat market, and the meat market has fabulous Polish sausage, too, that rivals the west side.
Where did you go? Because I know the area. We had to travel over there.
It's right across from the church on
Yes. And a restaurant with it, too.
Mark.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got a restaurant.
Oh, no. Anyways, go ahead.
I did buy the beef jerky there.
Yeah.
And while it was good, it still was not the best beef jerky I've had.
No.
So I've got to.
So Mitch Stanizak, Fritz Stanizak, Riley Sack, you got to help us out next week.
Yes, absolutely. 2 weeks when I'm back in the saddle. Here comes the kick, and West Catholic's going to get it here in the opening kickoff of the second half. Reinhardt gets hit the 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. He's got one guy to beat. 30, 20, 10, touchdown! Touchdown West! Nolan Reinhardt the distance.
88 yards, 90 yards, says Steve Grooms. Nolan Reinhardt with a kickoff return in the opening kick of the second half for a big custom caulking touchdown. Boy, we thought a 70-yarder was big. 90. 90.
Don't catch yourself talking about beef jerky because Nolan Reinhardt's going to take it 90 yards quickly.
Wow.
Oh, wow. What?
Opening kick of the second half, 90 yards.
And here goes
Landon Smith.
The Landon Smith extra point. He makes it look so easy. Just nonchalant. Like a little soccer player. Just, I got to go up and kick this through. And he'll extend the lead to 40-13.
Hey, you know how long it takes to get 90 yards down the field? 12 seconds. 11:48 on the clock here in the third. Big 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And, boy, that's got to take the wind out of the sails of the Satyrs here.
It really does.
Man.
You know, as we're talking about, what does Unity do? I mean, they have to force some turnovers. And in 12 seconds, they give up a touchdown. That is deflating. Let's see how they respond. You know, it's like Landon Smith said last week, or not Landon Smith, Landon Grove said last week at halftime to the West Catholic crew. It's like, hey, we have an opportunity to respond here, and I think Chad Tibby's telling his crew the same thing. We've got a chance to respond. How are we going to respond? We're down 40-13. We've got the whole entire second half. 4 touchdowns in high school ball in a whole half can be done. We've seen it done many, many times. So West Catholic's going to kick off left to right on your radio dial here. Here goes Smith with the kick, end-over-end kick. Going to be fielded there at the 17, up to the 20. The 25 goes Unity, and that's Vancouverine.
Boy, just hard to see the numbers up here. You folks got to understand, a lot easier to see at West Catholic, we know, where we've got maybe 20 rows, but this is, we are probably 5 stories up here in Hudsonville at the top of the home stands. It's like a college stadium, and you got a dark jersey and a dark number with a white outline, and it's tough because we can't see anymore. We're old.
That's why we've got binoculars.
You do.
We may need those.
Yeah.
Here goes Carroll under center, and up over the right side to Nolan Biss. He's got some room to run. Here comes a flag, though.
Wow.
And he's got a first down. Nice hard run by Nolan Biss over the right side.
He was dragging some tacklers with him.
Brought down by Aaron Ricord.
Record with the tackle. First down. Let's see what the flag is, Joe.
A little chop block there, I think, by the offense is going to be the call. It's a personal foul, and that is a spot foul, and that's going to back them up 15, right, Tom?
Yeah, it should go 15 yards.
And that's tough on that first down. That's going to put them deep.
Put them all the way back down to the
6-yard
line. Well, 10, actually. Ball's at the 25. They're going to be all the way back down to the 10. Well, it must have been a spot foul.
Yeah, it was a spot foul.
So they have it at the 12. The West Catholic defense doing really well tonight. Here goes handoff over the right side. Nice job by West as they converge on the tackler, Nolan Viss again. He'll only pick up a couple this time. So it'll be second down and 16 for Unity. Their first possession here in the second half as they trail 40-13.
Chaz Vida and Chris Schaub re-enter the defense here. Nice job substituting in and out. Darren Smith, defensive coordinator, keeps fresh bodies on the field.
Curl under center. He's got a full backfield behind him. He's going to hand off the first guy through and dragging one tackler. It's going to be Max Vancouverine up to the 25.
Gain of about 4 or 5. Gets it back inside the sticks.
Yep, just barely.
Yep, it's going to make it 3rd and 10 here. 10:45 to go. We're in the third. West Catholic leading Unity Christian 40-13. I thank everybody for joining us tonight. It's a beautiful night here in Hudsonville. Hudsonville Eagle Stadium. It's where Hudsonville Unity Christian plays their home games.
Carroll under center on the 3rd and 10. He'll fake it to 2 guys, step up in the pocket. He's under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked by West Catholic.
That's Fredericks.
Wyatt Fredrickson.
Yep.
So Fredrickson with the great sack there, and that's going to take him all the way back down to the 17. It'll be 4th down and 19.
So Nolan Reinhardt, he's going to end up at about the 45-yard line, anticipating this punt.
Roll off to the right. Line drive kick. Going to hit at the 50. Reinhardt's thinking about it, but he's not going to pick it up. He's going to let it roll all the way down to about the 45. That's where West Catholic will get it in fantastic field position again for West.
Yeah, hey, Duba Attorneys at Law with offices inside the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. The Dubas specialize in business transactions, mergers and acquisitions, real estate, and estate planning. A true West Catholic family of students, coaches, boosters, and volunteers. Let Duba Attorneys at Law help with all your legal needs. Here comes the Falcons. Back out on offense, ball at 45-yard line.
I think we're going to see a dose of Charlie DeBruin on this possession. Carter Perry in motion. Jet sweep fake to him. And it's going to go on a reverse handoff and getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see who that is, Joe. That's Connor Olszewski.
Yeah, Connor Olszewski. A little bit of a reverse fake and then a sweep. Just long. Took a long time to develop, and a nice penetration there on the edges by the Satyrs for a loss for the Falcons.
2nd and 14. DeBruin gets it. He's at the 45, the 50,
wow.
45, 40,
hey.
20, 10, touchdown West!
68.
58 yards.
58-yarder.
58-yard run by Charlie DeBruin.
Custom caulking touchdown for Charlie DeBruin. Boise having a night now. Man, oh man.
These are some quick touchdowns by West.
Wow.
Big hitters. And Landon Grove, going back to what he said in the preseason, he's like, Tom and Joe, I think we're going to have even more big plays than what we did a year ago.
He did say that, yes.
And we're seeing it. So Landon Smith with the extra point makes it 47-13. Now, it's only a 34-point lead, Joe, so it's not a running clock yet.
Right.
It's got to be 35 points. So 47-13 is your score, but boy, talk about striking quickly.
Nice DeBruin run there of 58 yards. Man, oh man. Just a quick hitter, too. Came off the tackle into the near sideline, hit that linebacking core, and he was gone. Nobody was going to get him. All you saw was the backs of the gray uniforms chasing after Charlie, and he scampered down the field for, that's his 3rd touchdown of the night?
His 3rd touchdown of the night?
3rd or 2nd? Yeah, that's 3rd. Yep. Wow.
He's picking up where he left off last week.
I'm telling you what.
Of course, last week he had 276 yards. Fantastic performance. His career high. As Landon Smith kicks it off left to right. Short kick. Going to hit at the 18. Is it going to go out of bounds? It is. Just barely by about a yard. So Unity will have good field position, but that was done intentionally. You don't want quick hitters right, on the return game, so let Unity grind it out.
Hey, if you need to repair or replace your roof, choose Moore & Sons Roofing, where you don't get just a great roof. You get a great roofing experience. The quality of craftsmanship that they invest in every roof is second to none in the industry. So for all your roofing needs, choose Moore & Sons Roofing. They're an Owens Corning certified contractor. And by Shaner Avenue Nursery, fall is the perfect time to create the beautiful landscape you've been wanting around your home. Shaner Avenue Nursery is the team you need to help make this project a reality. Kristen Perez, proud West Catholic parent from Shaner Avenue Nursery, will meet and design the look you want to make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Just contact Shaner Avenue Nursery and Kristen Perez at 616-293-7228.
So interesting here, Joe. Even though it went out of bounds, they're going to make West re-kick it.
Okay. Explanation?
So you don't see that very often.
No.
So they'll back them up 5 yards. And I think Unity's like, you know what? We'll play this game all day long. If you want to kick it out of bounds, we'll just keep backing up 5 yards, but we want a chance to take it to the house.
How about an onside right here?
that would really throw Unity off. Here goes the kick.
Little
little
chippy.
squib kick in the middle of the field. That won't go out of bounds.
Tough to handle.
At the 37, it gets covered by Unity right away. Hey, Charlie DeBruyn's got 119 yards to go with those 3 touchdowns.
On how many carries? I think probably 8 or 9. No more than that.
7.
7 carries. Big numbers. Big numbers for Charlie again tonight. Game's not over.
It's over 15 yards a carry, right?
It's going to wear out a set of cleats for half season.
Right. Here comes Unity. New quarterback in the game is Jackson DeHoop. He's the junior quarterback. He'll hand it up the middle. Pickup of about 4 on the play for Unity.
Boy, we say this over and over again. You have the quarterback running to the side of the field to get the play. Now Coach Tibby's doing something a little different. He's got an offensive lineman. He's whispering in his ear hole there and say, run it up the middle.
Run it up the middle.
Second guy, run it up the middle.
8:24 left in the third. 47-13 is your score. Thanks for listening. Give us a shout-out. 616-262-9270.
Let us know you're listening.
Hand up the middle again. You're right. Joe, you must have a direct line to Coach Tibby because you called it.
I got a 30% shot at each one of these things, you know. And the remaining few percent goes up in the air. See, now they're shifting their offensive linemen in and out and bringing plays in to speed it up.
Third down in a short 4 at the 45 for Unity. Tight formation, hand up over the right side.
Oh, good tackle. Mike Murphy.
Maybe a pickup of a yard on the play.
Murphy in there along with Gabe Schwaders.
It's number 22, Sean Vanderswag.
Fourth down.
That defense is handling. Here's a 4th down and 3 attempt near midfield by Unity.
Hand up over the left side. Is he going to get there,
No.
Joe? I don't think so. I think West has stopped him. It's going to be a turnover on down.
Gain of 2 on the play. They needed about 3 1/4 yards, and West Catholic is going to do, they're going to turn this over on downs. That's the second time tonight for the Falcons.
So the defense stiffens, and they give the offense great field position again here in the third quarter with the 6:53 mark. 47-13 is your score.
Boy, I didn't think that West Catholic's defense was going to hold Unity to 2 scores at this point in the game. 6:53 to go here in the third. 47-13 West Catholic. Boy, Darren Smith's got these kids playing on D.
Wickstrom still in there. He'll hand it off to Brittenfeld over the left side. Tries to pick his way down the field. He does. Nice hard running on the far side of the field. He gets inside the 40 to the 38, about a 9-yard pickup, Joe.
Just showed a lot of patience. He waited for his blockers to set up, and he could have tripped over their feet, but just put a hand on their back and was able to get, 8.5 yards on that.
Wickstrom shotgun. He'll help Brittenfeld off to his left. He'll give it to him again. He'll go to the right side, and he'll pick up a first down all the way down to the 35. Hit that hole quick, Joe.
Sure did. Got 4 on the play. New set of downs for the Falcons.
This is almost like last year when you had Kloska and DeBruyne. Now you've got DeBruyne in that lead role, but you don't really lose a lot when you bring Brittenfeld in.
Nope.
Brittenfeld fake to him. Wickstrom gets it. He's going over the middle. He's got Cole Bauer at the 20, down to the 16, and it's another West Catholic first down.
Just a nice little slant. Came across the field, found himself in a bit of a gap. Ball was delivered right to the hands. And a great grab. And that's going to get West Catholic inside the red zone of the Satyrs. Ball's going to be at the, looks like 12-yard line.
Mike Murphy's in there now at running back. He's off to the left of Wickstrom. He gets the ball in the middle. And hard run at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown West! Mike Murphy, 16-yard touchdown run. What a great run by Mike Murphy.
Another custom caulking touchdown. Mike Murphy this time from 16 yards. And West Catholic's now going to turn this into a running clock here in the second half at the 5:33 mark in the third.
How impressive was that? Mike Murphy touches the ball for the first time out of the backfield, and he takes it to the house. Here goes Landon Smith, the extra point. It's up, and it's good. 54-13's your score. So West Catholic up by 41 points, 5:33 mark in the third, and that running clock will start. I mean, 54 points. Amazing. How many yards rushing? We'll check with Steve Grooms. How many yards rushing for West Catholic? It is 262 yards rushing.
Wow.
And 186 yards passing now for West. So a total of 448 yards, and we're not even halfway. We're halfway through the third quarter.
We got a quarter and a half yet to play. Be a running clock. It's going to shorten it up, and you know Unity's got to get themselves into the end zone here. They got to get a little pride here in the program. They're just taking it on the chin right now defensively.
Well,
had a lot of success through the air on a number of runs and getting into the end zone. I think they got to get back to that here.
Yeah, they really do. Here goes the kick by West. Left to right on your radio dial, still here in the third, end-over-end kick.
And hard one to handle. Here comes the ball. It's on the ground.
Ball in. Does West get it? I think West
Catholic might have it. Yes, they do.
Unity had a tough time grabbing the ball.
Took a really interesting bounce, low, skidding bounce, hard to handle, and it popped out in front of the intended receiver there. And West Catholic just raced down the field, fought for that ball, and that's the first turnover of the game, true turnover. And West Catholic said they're at the 20-yard line. They're ready to score again.
Well, they needed a turnover, but not by themselves. They needed to force it on West. So here comes West out here. Let's see, Wickstrom's still out there. Mike Murphy is going to get the ball in the middle. He's at the 20, 15, 10. Could he do it again? Touchdown West! Mike Murphy from 20 yards out.
Wow. Holy moly.
Mike Murphy touches the ball twice, and he takes it
just a minute apart
into the end zone both times. He said, you know what, I kind of missed touching the ball. Amazing.
So West Catholic 60. They got 60 on the board, 60-13 pending the extra point.
How about this offense?
Whew.
And give credit to that offensive line, Joe. Mike Murphy, you know, the offensive line got some nice push a couple yards down the line. He got hit as he kind of came through, but he shook off a couple tacklers and took it into the end zone. Nice run.
Hey, Fox Pools located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads. Fox Pools, West Michigan, best source for both in-ground and above-ground pools. Featuring full-service showroom with chemical supplies and accessories, offering annual closing and opening service as well as repairs and installation. Fox Pools does it right. And eXp Realty is a national leader in real estate. Melissa Homewood is your local expert when it comes to buying or selling your home in West Michigan. Melissa can orchestrate market watches, property searches, home value assessments to make your buying or selling process as thorough as it can be. You can find Realtor Melissa Homewood on the web at melissahomewood.com. That's melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood and the Lash Group, eXp Realty. Your real estate done right.
Here goes the kickoff by West. Short line driving kick, hits at the 23. Unity will get it the 16. Go up the middle of the 20 on the far side of the field. Kicks it up and goes to the 33-yard line. Rockford 21-10 in the middle of the third quarter over Caledonia. Again, big powerhouses there. Rockford ranked number 2 in D1, and Caledonia top ranked in Division 2.
Blazaks and Alts, they're listening out on the ridge, picking their apples. And from Billy K, Allendale's up 26-22 in the third, and Spring Lake is winning 20-19 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Thanks, Billy. Charlie DeBruin's aunt is there. She's so proud of these boys. You got to get yourself up and see these games.
And up over the right side, up to the 40 to the 45-yard line. Nice hard run there by Unity. It'll be a 13-yard pickup and a first down. Dave Brittenfeld with the tackle. He's having quite the game tonight.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to go get a slice.
Both sides of the field is Joe Sack. Takes the timeout to get a slice of pizza. Full backfield for Jackson DeHoop. And it's a timeout by West.
There's no pizza left, Tom. There's no pizza left.
You snooze, you lose.
You do.
I have half a slice left.
That's
Anybody interested?
No, that's okay. It's cold now.
Yes.
What am I going to do? It's cold. Hey, Custom Caulking is the contractor's choice for waterproofing and crack sealing in West Michigan and beyond. Both residential and commercial custom caulking should be your only call. On-the-spot color blending and friendly service is what to expect from Custom Caulking. The Norder family, who's listening tonight, supports West Catholic football and all Falcon athletic programs. And I'm just going to say it right now. There's a lot of caulk on the field right now. Just a whole bunch of it. These guys have been doing a great job. Padgett Business Services, your small business experts for tax preparation, bookkeeping and payroll. Don't have your tax prep and accounting come down to a coin toss. Just leave it to Padgett Business Services to get it right. Falcon fans, visit Padgett online at PBSGR. That's PBSGR.com. Thanks to Mark Davey and his great staff at Padgett, located on Lake Michigan Drive next to Mr. Berger.
DeHoop will hand it off to Cam Brugink. And Brugink, the senior running back, will take it upfield for about 4 yards. That's a hard name when you're in kindergarten,
Brugink.
too.
Yep.
Brugink.
Brugink.
Vrugink. Brugink. DeHoop hands it up the middle. That's Brugink again. He'll pick up about 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Unity. As they get into West Catholic territory, they're down to the 48. Got to get to the 45 for the first. We're at the 2:01 mark here in the third quarter. We have a running clock now, 61-13. Anytime in high school football, if you have a game that stretches for teams leading by 35 or more, it's a running clock, with the exception of timeout, injury, penalty, or a score.
Pitts.
And here is Brugink again. He's going to get close to a first. I'm going to be marked a little bit shy, about a half a yard shy. Going to be 4th and a half a yard for Unity as they bring in 3 new linemen to help block.
Yeah, this quarter, after we hit the running clock, it really shortens this game down. We're down to 1:20 to go. Clock running. West Catholic 61, Unity Christian 13. West Catholic's offense unstoppable tonight.
Unity will huddle up. Now DeHoop breaks the huddle. He'll bring the team to the line. Tight formation on this 4th and a half a yard. Got everybody tight formation, and it's going to be...
Somebody jumped.
Oh, no. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. I think he would have got there.
Flag is down.
Is it going to back him up 5 yards? I think it is.
Dribble.
Second half, just kind of self-destructing, Joe.
Hey, Steve Grooms, we've got a request. Charlie DeBruyn's aunt in Farmington Hills would like to know how many yards he's got on the season. Steve says he'll work on that. He's going to work on that. He's busy right now.
Yeah, he came into the season. We will tell you, he came into this game
with over
500.
Yeah.
And we know that he's got 100 and some.
130 or 40 maybe.
So I would say he's probably around that 650 mark, somewhere around there for the season, if not more. The ballpark, but Steve Grooms could get us the exact ones. As quarterback keeper over the left side here on the near side. And DeHoop's going to get inside the 45 to the 43. And it's going to be a Unity first down on the 4th and 6. So big 4th down pickup for Unity. Ball at the 43 of West. As you see some new guys in there for West.
Yep, Record was in on that tackle, but we take a look down the line trying to get some of these numbers.
Number 19, Alan Taylor in the game.
And this is going to bring the third quarter to an end. Both teams are going to go to the sidelines. And going into the fourth quarter, West Catholic 61 and Unity Christian 13 here on the campus of Hudsonville High School. High atop the field, Tom and I are bringing you this game tonight. So fourth quarter will be coming. It'll remain a running clock for the 12 minutes unless Unity Christian can bring it within 35 points. And let's try to find some scores here again, Tom.
Again, give us a shout out if you'd like. 616-262-9270. 616-262-9270. Like to hear that you're still out there supporting your Falcons.
Yeah, so running down, Muskegon 35, Mona Shores 21 in the fourth. Whitehall 35, Montague nothing. That's a blowout. Rockford 28, Caledonia 10. They're in the third. Hudsonville 10, Grand Haven 7. They're in the fourth. Whitehall 35. Oh, I already did that one. Byron Center 27. And Grand Rapids Christian 3.
Here goes Unity inside the 25 down to the 21. Nice run there by number 24, Jared DeVries.
Yeah. Granville 36, East Kentwood 15. They're in the fourth. Grand Rapids Catholic Central 49. Thornapple Kellogg 14. Kind of expected that to be stretched out a little bit. Here goes the Satyrs.
DeHoop, hand up the middle to number 20.
First guy through.
That's going to be Cam Vrugink. He's going to pick up a couple on the play. Be second down at 8. And answer on Charlie DeBruyn.
Yeah.
We said right around 650, maybe 633 yards.
633. Nice job. Fourth game of the season. Doing very well. So Zeeland West 42, Union 7. That stretched out a little bit. Holland Christian 36, Fruitport 14.
DeHoop gets under center. The 18, fake. He's going to quarterback keep it inside the 20 on the near side here, down to the 15. Nice job of contained by West. That was number 44, Josh Hemis. Nice job by him.
Zeeland East 59, Wyoming 8. They're in the fourth. Jenison 15, West Ottawa 7. They're in the fourth. Kennewa Hills 48, Ottawa Hills 18.
You know, Josh's mom, Jill's out there listening. Nice play by Josh. Full backfield for Unity. Hand up the middle, and it's touchdown. Here goes the extra point by Unity. It's up, and it's good. So 61-20 is your score. 9:44 left here in the game. As we'll see the second offensive unit again for West.
Performance Plus quick oil change, giving you confidence down the road. We put the service in full service. Several locations throughout.
Yeah, we've got folks that are out there listening. Steve Project, he's listening. He says he's going to talk about West Catholic on his Sports Project radio show tomorrow, 10 a.m. to noon on the Jethro FM 94.9 and 99.5 in Grand Rapids. So tomorrow morning you can listen to Steve Project. He's going to talk about West Catholic football.
Hey, quick update
Sure.
here, Joe.
Yeah.
Rockford now 28-10 over Caledonia, still in the third quarter. And big news, Spring Lake beat Coopersville 20-19.
Whoa.
Huge. Spring Lake is for real.
Wow.
Here goes the kick. Short kick. Going to bounce, go all the way to the 7. Going to be filled at the 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. Guess what? Nolan Reinhardt. Touchdown. Kick return for Nolan Reinhardt again.
And he threw a flag, and that's going to be a taunting penalty for Nolan Reinhardt. He kind of sidestepped it into the end zone, started at about the 7-yard line, and that's going to be called a taunting. But it's going to score for the Falcons, going to put them up 67-20 pending the extra point.
Let's see what Steve Groom's 87 yards, Steve? 93 yards. Yeah, he got it at the 7. So, yeah, 93-yard touchdown kick return for Nolan Reinhardt. And that's his second long kick return of the night.
First one was for 90, and then this one is 93 yards. He might be a candidate for the M Live Player of the Week with that.
4 kick returns for 224 yards for Nolan Reinhardt.
Unreal. How about those special teams?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, Joe, we've been doing this for 14 years. I don't think we've ever seen 2 90-yard kick returns in the same game.
No.
Phenomenal.
Pretty
Nolan
special.
Reinhardt's for real. Here goes the extra point by Landon Smith. It's up, and it's good.
Boy, big numbers tonight. Yeah.
68-20.
Wow.
And we talk about depth for West Catholic. We've had 5 or 6 guys from West Catholic that have scored tonight. And so, you know,
unselfish, spreading it around, special teams with 2 big kick returns. Nolan Reinhardt doing his thing. Ball spread out, ground game, pass game. It's stall there tonight.
How about this? Nolan Reinhardt with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Charlie DeBrun with 3 touchdowns. Mike Murphy with 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
There's 8 touchdowns, and that doesn't even get you to 68.
Oh, I mean, man.
Oh, wow. I mean, talk about explosiveness. How fun are they to watch?
Well, hang on a minute. I'm still thinking about that Spring Lake and Coopersville score. Spring Lake beating Coopersville by 1.
Yes.
Oh, man, this is Spring Lake game is going to be something else.
Hey, for those of you listening, with 68 points for West Catholic, 69 is the school record.
Oh, boy.
So the next score by West, they will break the school record. And the school's been around for 60, 70 years. Here's Unity, gets tripped up on the near side. The 50-yard line is Vancouverring. Almost broke it.
And Record has had just an amazing game. I don't know how many tackles he's got.
A lot of tackles.
But, I mean, he's been all over the place. Wow.
So 14 tackles for Aaron Record. 14.
And I'm all of them are solo. It has to be. He might have joined in, but he's been out here on the edges.
Right.
And he's just done a great job. And he's a sophomore.
9 solo and 5 assists.
Wow.
Handoff over the left side for Unity. Goes down to the 45-yard line. That's Jared DeVries with the carry. It's 68-20, 8:36 with the running clock. As Unity rotates some guys in and out.
Let me take a look at the West Catholic defense. Some of the guys in. Sam Richmond is in for West Catholic on the line. And then big 75, Hunter Price. He's a sophomore. He's a big fella.
And DeHoop will bring the team to the line. Full backfield. He's going to pass it now. DeHoop steps up in the pocket, under pressure, going deep, and he overthrows his guy out there at the 20 on the far side of the field. He had Sean Vanderswag out there. So it falls incomplete. 3rd down and 5 for Unity.
Luke Radlinski's out on the field, as well as Josh Hemmis. These second unit guys are getting a bunch of playing time. Who else we see out there? Cam Inbody.
I love it when these second guys can get out there.
Gil
right?
Gagnon, he's out there, number 43.
Here goes Unity on 3rd and 5 as Hoop gets under center. He's going to keep it, roll right. It's 45, 40, 35, 30. Still on his feet all the way down to the 26.
He had some blockers.
Nice run, almost 20 yards on the carry, and a 1st down for Unity.
That developed very quickly. He got to the edge. He had 2 blockers ahead of him, let them do their work. And then he brought it to the 26-yard line. Nice gain on that play.
So nice run by Jackson DeHoop, and Inbody with the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 26 for Unity. 2 backs, quick pitch to the left, DeVries at the 25, 20, 15. Takes a big hit.
Well, I'll tell you that was
Cam
Magatreras, I think, coming in on that hit. Made huge hit.
Yeah, Gutierrez was a really big hit. So 1st and 10, balls inside the red zone at West at the 16 at the 6:05 mark. 68-20 is your score. West over Unity. Nobody predicted this kind of spread.
Wow.
Jackson DeHoop under center. He's going to pass. Steps up in the pocket under a lot of pressure. He's got a receiver there at the 15, the 10, 5 down to the 3.
Boy, he took a hit when releasing that ball.
That's down to number 45, Ethan DeCock, the tight end. So 1st and goal inside the 5. Ball will be spotted at the 4 of West. Unity playing for pride at the 4:23 mark, 68-20.
Hey, Murray McGrady's checking in. He's listening up north.
Full backfield for Unity. Hand up the middle. Big scrum. Still on the feet. Are they going to get to the end zone? No. Nope. Down to the 1-yard line. Boy, that looked like a rugby scrum, Joe.
Oh, I love it.
That was number 22, Sean Vanderswag. So all the way down to the 1.
Rose Urbana says, you guys need to suit up and we can break the record. I think Pat Putz is right. He thinks that 72 is a record, the 2017 championship team. I think you're right, Pat.
72?
I thought so. That number stuck in my head.
DeHoop. Hand up, right side. Touchdown, Unity. So Unity Christian, Sean Vanderswag with a 1-yard touchdown plunge for Unity. And they take their score up to 26, pending the extra point. So you and Pat Putz were probably at that game back in 1972. If that was
2017. Nobody scored 72 points except for the University of Michigan back in those days.
Okay.
Come on now.
I misheard you.
Oh, no, we got motion. That's going to be a flag on the play. We got a late guy coming in.
We got people running everywhere.
Yeah, this is they're going to have to kick it again, plus 5 yards, I got to believe.
Oh, 2017.
Yeah.
I misheard you because I was like, what?
Oh, man.
We scored 72 points. It wasn't in 1972.
Right, it was 72
yes. Well, there's 72 in there somewhere.
All they did was run the ball way back then. So now they got the right guys on the field. They're going to back it up 5 yards. This is going to be
25
extra
yard.
point, 25 yard. Or,
yeah. Here goes the spot. Here's the kick.
Oh, he's got it.
It's up and it's good.
Cody Walter.
So Cody Walters gets the extra point.
So that turns it into a 31-point game. This clock goes back to normal now.
Well, this is where we need to get out your calculator, Joe. 68 minus
I'm sorry, that's 40. I just,
41.
I know.
I know, without a calculator,
I
and you don't have that many fingers and toes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I know.
Yeah, no.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, no.
But it does stop because it's a score.
It doesn't
remember?
say a lot for the West Catholic mathematics back in the 80s, right? Back in the 80s, right.
That 1983 math department.
Back when calculators were expensive.
Only if you would have not played hooky.
I didn't play hockey. I never skipped a day, much less an hour of school. I just didn't pay attention.
Because Joe Sr. would have had you.
He would have had me. I love it.
Not to mention Judy.
That's awesome.
They were not having any of that, and you knew. You're too scared to do anything.
I was. Until I went to college. Oh, boy, it all fell apart.
Yeah, the cat's away. Nice long kick by Unity.
Big kick.
We'll send...
Hugo Vanderwall puts it into the end zone.
What was that? That was
Connor Olszewski
all
the way back into the end zone, yeah.
So West Cat's going to come back onto the field with 4:27 to go in the game. They lead 68-27.
Seems like a long time since
And
they've
it
had the
looks
ball.
like
That was a nice drive by Unity.
How are you supposed to work on your offense when you keep running kicks back?
Right. Stop that.
Know. A lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun. We are so fortunate. Here goes the snap. Handoff off to Brittenfeld off the right side. Breaks the tackle to 20, 25, 26. Still on his feet.
David Brittenfeld.
That's Colin Hunter, the 5'9" junior at quarterback for West.
Let's pay some more bills. Hey, the new Frank's Market located at 1020 West Fulton in Grand Rapids, featuring the area's best fresh and smoked kielbasa, awesome steaks, succulent roast, hot shots, and deli meats. Stop in and experience the fantastic service and products the Sanizak family has delivered in Grand Rapids for decades. Since 1933, Frank's Market is the only choice.
Colin Hunter in shotgun formation. Hand up. Right side.
Nice run.
That's going to go to number 11, Aaron Ricord.
He's having a night. He's a sophomore. Come on now.
Yeah. He's having a fantastic night.
Defensively, all over the field. Now he's carrying the ball.
He's a sophomore, or is he a...
He's a sophomore.
Thank you, Keith Jackson.
Sure thing.
That guy called games.
Who was his
Bob Greasy back in the day.
Well, it was
right?
Bob Greasy, but even before that.
Before Bob Greasy.
I don't know. We were talking about Howard Cosell earlier this week, right?
We were.
Howard Cosell, speaking of sports.
Back when he was a
sight to
behold.
Right. Oh, yeah, there you go. High snap.
High snap. 100. Was able to reel it in after mishandling it. And he'll take a loss on the play to the 34. So second down and 12 for West. We're at the 2:06 mark here in the fourth. 68-27 is your score. West over Unity. Who is your favorite football broadcaster?
Oh.
Like Brand Stiller or?
No. It's between Keith Jackson and Don Madden. How could you beat Madden?
John Madden, yeah.
Some of the best lines.
Yeah.
And I've used a few of them. I really like a runner who runs with both legs. That was a classic.
Here goes a handoff up the middle. Record will get stuffed at the 35.
Aaron Rickard, the ball carrier.
So 121.
Barragutter and Joey Troll on the tackle.
116 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go for college football. Madden Pro Football, but for college football, yeah, I think I'm just going to have to.
How about Bob
Go
Ufer?
with Keith Jackson.
How about Bob
He was
Ufer?
good.
With his horn.
Sure.
Michigan. You didn't listen to much of that, though, did you?
I did.
Were you a Notre Dame fan when you were young, or was it always State?
No, I was always Michigan. I was a Michigan fan.
Were you really?
Until I married into a Michigan State family with 24 graduates.
We'll have you back.
And Record takes it up over the 45. Nice hard run.
Gain of
Gonna pick
11.
up close to a first down, maybe a yard short. But I grew up a Michigan fan, and then, when you get 20-plus people on your wife's side and every Christmas is green and white, I just slowly, they suck me in.
Teams are going to the sideline. Clock is counting down to 14-13 now. They're going to call this thing a final. And what a game it was for West Catholic. An offensive performance, just a juggernaut of a performance. Both teams hit the 50-yard line and meet it. So the center of the field, and they're on the handshake.
So your final score here from Hudsonville, West Catholic 68, Unity Christian 27. A great win for West, dominating fashion offensively. They had their will, and they didn't punt all night.
Oh, that's a great stat. They did not punt all night. Wow. And
right?
Yeah, and didn't we talk about this against Edwardsburg in the first game? I don't think they punted it all there either.
They didn't, and there were no penalties in that first game.
Yeah.
And
very few tonight.
Very few tonight. So very clean job.
Well,
so
West Catholic's offense pretty much exerted their will on the Unity Christian defense tonight, putting 68 points on the board. And just an amazing performance by West Catholic, coming off of a super tough win against Coopersville last week. And just what a rebound, dynamic rebound, right?
Yes.
Great performances throughout the team. Nobody stood out.
It's so hard. I mean, not only the individual performances with Charlie DeBrun with 3 touchdowns and Mike Murphy with a couple of touchdowns, Reinhardt with three touchdowns, which you probably would have to give Reinhardt player of the game because
who does this, right?
Or the entire special teams unit.
Sure.
Because they held Unity in check when they were kicking the ball off. All those times that they held Unity in check, and of course they enabled Reinhardt to get 290-plus yard touchdown runs on kickoff returns, which is just amazing. Again, we'll have to look in the archives, but certainly in all the years that we've called, the 14 years that we've called it, I do not recall 290-yard runs. Kickoff returns in the same game.
No, not in the same game.
Maybe in the same season.
I mean, maybe in the same season, but what a performance, yeah. Just fantastic. And Alec Wickstrom, phenomenal job there. Across the board, you got to celebrate a big victory like this, but you got to do it quickly because you got a game next week.
You have a game
really
next
good
week.
Team.
Well, let's kind of run through the scoring summary really quick, Joe, and then you can go through the individual. Again, just to wrap up the first half, Charlie DeBrun had a 5-yard run. Carter Perry, the jet sweep, 15-yard run in the first quarter. Second quarter, Unity came back with Nolan Viss with a 6-yard run. DeBrun answered right away with a 40-yard run of his own. Wickstrom over the right side, 70-yard run for Alec Wickstrom for a touchdown. Nolan Reinhardt, 36-yard pass from Wickstrom. And Hugo Vanderwall, a 15-yard catch from James Carroll. That closed out the first half as it was 34-13 at halftime. The second half, Nolan Reinhardt opening kickoff. 90 yards. Don't breathe. Don't get complacent. 90-yard kickoff return. The Smith kick. DeBrun followed with a 58-yard touchdown run of his own. Then Mike Murphy, 2 times in a row, we had good field position. Mike Murphy touched the ball the first time, went 16 yards for a touchdown.
Yep. Second
time he touched the ball, he went 20 yards for a touchdown. Smith kicks after both of those. Unity answered with a Jared DeVries 15-yard run, and then West Catholic came back really quickly. Nolan Reinhardt, 93-yard kick return. And then Unity finished off the scoring with a Sean Vanderswag 1-yard run. and a Walters kick. So your final score here from Hudsonville, West Catholic 68 and Unity Christian 27.
Yeah, taking a look at West Catholic rushing-wise, Charlie DeBruin, 7 rushes for 119 yards and 3 scores. Alec Wickstrom had 4 rushes for 82 and a score. Carter Perry, 2 rushes for 33 and a score. Mike Murphy, 2 rushes for 36 and 2 scores. Aaron Ricord, 3 rushes for 18. And let's see, Connor Olszewski, 2 for he had negative yardage. He got taken down back there, but that put West Catholic rushing game at 307 yards on the ground on 25 attempts. Hokie beats 12.3 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. Through the air, Alec Wickstrom, 9 of 13 for 186. He had 1 touchdown catch, and that one went to Nolan Reinhardt. He had 1 catch for 36 and that score. Cole Bowers, 1 catch for 18. Connor Olszewski, 1 catch for 30. Ryer Snow, great game. 6 balls, all in the first half.
Yes, all in the first
all
half.
in the first half for 99 yards. So that gave West Catholic 100 and move that up just a little bit. 186 yards through the air and 1 score. 19 first downs for the Falcons. Again, 307 yards on the ground, 186 through the air, 493 yards of total offense. Pretty amazing. We take a look over at the
500 yards.
Almost 500 yards.
Wow.
We take a look on the other side. Unity Christian on the ground. Let's see. Dylan Vandergroot, 1 carry for 4. Nolan Viss, 5 for 31. Isaac Steenstra, 4 touches for 14. Max Van Koevering, 11 touches for 47. Sean Vanderswag had 10 touches for 29. I didn't realize he carried it that much.
Right.
Jared DeVries, 6 carries for 38. Jackson DeHoop, 3 carries for 30. And can't talk about spreading it out. Everybody got to touch the ball. One of the cheerleaders carried the ball, didn't she? Cam Vrudink, 4 carries for 21. And that moved that down just a little bit. So 205 yards on 46 attempts. That gives them a 4.5 average and 3 touchdowns on the ground. They had 17 first downs. Now, through the air, they had 117 yards, 7 completions on 16 attempts by James Carroll and 1 touchdown. Isaac Steenstra had 1 catch for 16. Jake Chapman, the big 6'7" tight end, 1 catch for 8 yards. Max Van Koevering, 3 catches for 40. And Hugo Vanderwall pulled 1 in for 15. That gave them their 117, plus the 205 on the ground for 322 yards. 2 turnovers on the game for Unity Christian, none for West Catholic. And just a really, really good offensive performance by the Falcons. Tom, defensively, please, Aaron Ricord. I can't get over the kid. He's a sophomore. 14 total tackles on the night. 9 were solo, 5 were assisted, and a fumble recovery. This kid, defensive player of the game in my book, and he's a 10th grader.
Yeah,
wow.
and he can run the ball, too.
Yeah.
So another great performance. I mean, not only Nolan Reinhardt offensively with those 3 touchdowns, but also he had 8 tackles on the night, 5 solo and 2 assists. Also had 1 for a loss, which was great. They're mowing the press box.
They're mowing the press box, people. They're vacuuming it with a leaf blower. Here we go.
Sorry about that. Wow. Charlie DeBruin was 7 tackles. Ryer Snow was 7 tackles. David Brittenfeld, he had a fantastic game tonight. Yeah. He had 9 tackles on the night. And, of course, he ran the ball really well, too.
Look at Mike Murphy.
6 tackles. Chris Schaub, 5. Carter Abram, 4. Wyatt Fredrickson had 6, and one of those tackles for a loss as well. So, overall, really good. Gabe Schweders, 4 tackles. Chaz Vita with a couple tackles. So, here was the difference of the game, right? Last week against Coopersville, Chaz Vita, 10 tackles.
Well, the last couple games.
Yeah. Tonight, only 2 tackles, and you know what? That's okay.
They ran away from him.
Yeah.
How about that? We'll just say that. They ran away from our leading tackler.
Well, and I think it speaks to, the defense that they played.
Defensive front.
That defensive front, right? And those linebackers.
Yep.
They were doing a great job not letting those running backs get into the secondary where Coopersville kind of exposed them. Next week, Spring Lake.
Oh, man.
At home.
Oh, man.
And I feel awful that I'm not going to be there because that is going to be a game.
Yes.
Because Spring Lake beat Coopersville tonight.
By 1.
By 1.
Boy, Coopersville's just licking their wounds. They are I said it all week. I said if you took both teams and just looked at them on paper and said, here's these guys and here's these guys, no names, just sizes and all this kind of stuff,
right.
You'd pick the Coopersville team all day long. And they're just taking it on the chin. I mean, this is tough for them, and I still expect them to put this season together. But what in the world's happening with the Lakers all of a sudden?
Yes.
They got it going on.
They are for real.
And taking a look at this game, what a complete game played by West Catholic tonight. But it's got to be something to build on because you got a heck of an opponent next week at home.
You really do. And I wonder, with Coopersville, right, do they – they're a little banged up from that West Catholic game, a little bit deflated on how they kind of lost the game. To lose at the last second, it's really tough to come back from that. Obviously, they played Spring Lake really tough, but I think it really just speaks to the quality of team that Spring Lake has.
I think so too. They've grown, and we talked to their AD last year, and
yes.
He told us some really cool stuff. And
JT Hogan.
Oh, he's a good guy, and we just said, hey, you guys got it going on, and sure enough, they have matured into a really, really good team. Proved it, and it'll be 4-0 going at 4-0.
Yes.
We're going to have to share the box with one of them radio guys probably. Somebody's going to be around. I don't know. Listen to us. Listen to us.
Yes. Come back to YouTube Live.
So we want to thank our sponsors for helping bring this game to you tonight. Week number 4, second week in the OK Blue. West Catholic still unscathed. Did a nice job tonight. Fox Pools, thank you, pregame show. West End Body with our halftime show. Melissa Homewood and the last group of EXP Realty. Custom caulking. They had, how many tubes of caulk they had to go back for?
Oh, my gosh.
They emptied half a case tonight.
Yeah, well, they had to order more at halftime.
Steve, Gare, need some more caulk on that field out there. We're going to do it up. Paget Business Service, thanks to Mark Davey, Frank's Market, the Stanizak family, Mitch, and Fritz, and my son Riley, he's there every day. It's a lot of fun. And Shaner Avenue Nursery, Kristen Perez, Dubin Attorneys at Law, thank you guys. Moore & Sons Roofing, and, of course, your Falcon Touchdown Club producing one of the best football programs in Michigan. Any final thoughts before we say goodbye? And hopefully we'll see everybody next week at Spring Lake. Going to be at Falcon Stadium. Falcon Stadium. We'll be back at home. You'll be listening from where? Baltimore. Yes. Who goes to Baltimore? I know. Who goes to Baltimore? Apparently I do. I guess you have to. Got to pay the bills. Exactly. So it'll be great. I'm kind of stunned. The offensive performance, the special teams, just a very, very complete game. Boys, don't get a big head about you because you got the Spring Lake Lakers and they're for real. A couple of 4-0 teams are going to be at it next week in the OK Blue, and it's going to be something to see. So please join us and go Michigan against Bowling Green at 7:30 tomorrow night. We won't be broadcasting that game, though. And go Michigan State versus Washington. Did I tell you? Bringing back D'Antonio. Did I tell you? Did I tell you? You did. Barnett's your guy. Yeah. So that's good. Through all the adversity and stuff like that, we still love Sparty. So yeah. Well, that will do it for us this evening. Oh, and wait. CMU and Notre Dame. Oh, how about that? Yeah. Fire up chips. Rick Kimball might get some good pictures. I think so. So that'll do it for my sidekick, Joe Sack. I'm Tom Mikowski. Thanks so much for joining us. Your final from Hudsonville High School, West Catholic 68, Unity Christian 27. Have a great weekend, everybody.